from California, and good to be with you all. We'll be live on the air in about 10 minutes or so, and so much has happened since I left last week. This is, America's back, right? I mean, it's absolutely amazing that we have our country back. One of the stories, I want to, of course, cover everything that's going on with Colombia, which is amazing and beautiful. But one of the first things I'm going to get into is Trump has cut off the foreign aid virtually to everyone around the world. Well, Marco Rubio did this. And, the question you got to ask is, why are we even giving foreign aid? Why are all these countries around the world welfare queens, right? I mean, it's insane. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. And we'll be on the radio in about 10 minutes. Now, if you watch my other live stream, the one that goes like this way as opposed to this way, you can hear and see all the audio and all the websites and stories that I share. This is kind of you get a behind the scenes look at what's going on here. But I just got back last night from California, and man, oh man, a bunch of wackadoodles out there. It's crazy. I don't know how people afford to live. But I do have a video. I made a vlog out there, which will premiere with a live chat at noon Eastern today. So make sure you look out for that. In fact, let me... Noon Eastern will be the premiere with a live chat of my California vlog, which I think you will enjoy. It's pretty crazy out there. I don't know how people live. It's so expensive. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, guys. I am not an invisible man. I'll be there in just a minute. Okay. One more thing. I got in late last night, so I'm not completely organized yet, but I will be. Don't you worry. Right. Oh, yeah. Just great to have the country back, right? It really is. We've lost our country to these idiots, to these monsters, and we got it back. And these people are just so spoiled around the world. They've been used to taking advantage of our country. And now that America has taken back control of our own country, they don't know how to really deal with it. I do. There's so much to cover. So much has happened. Hey, Trevor. Hey, how you doing? It was good to see you. I'm just setting up still. have so much to cover. All right. Oh, it's one of those days. Just waiting to hear from Mike to tell me what time we are going to go live. Oh man, I tell you, I don't miss my California vlog. It'll be live on my channel at noon. It has a live chat. There'll be a live chat noon Eastern time, and I had a pretty good time out there. And I documented it all, and it'll be right here on YouTube at noon Eastern. I don't know how people afford to live out there. The prices are insane. I mean, my goodness. I was just out there 3 days, 3.5 days, and I don't want to know how much I spent in 3.5 days. It's so expensive in California. And of course, we'll be taking live calls. Hey, Tony. I couldn't live out there. I wouldn't be able to leave my house. I'd be eating ramen noodles. But it was I had a good time. Had a lot of fun with my daughter and got to see some stuff I've never seen before. And I want to start going out there more often. Now, I stayed at my daughter's house. Okay. You just gave me the timer coming on. I'll be at the radio station tomorrow. I was going to go to the radio station today, but all that traveling. No, I did not go to Disneyland. Okay, he just gave me the time. So we'll be live in 5 minutes on the radio. I know the news is just this has been one heck of a weekend of news, hasn't it? I mean, it's just amazing what's happened this weekend. It really truly is. 5 minutes exactly now. 5 minutes until we're on the radio. Now, they're going to have to purge themselves of DEI if they want to survive as a company. DEI is out. Out, out, out. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It was freezing out there, too. My goodness, it was 42 degrees yesterday morning. And I did not adjust to the West Coast time because I was only there for a couple days. So I didn't get much sleep. I was up pretty early. DEI, what does it stand for? Didn't earn it. Didn't earn it. That's what it stands for. That's right. A lot of people don't know that. Didn't earn it. It's true. Disneyland is better than Disney World, I must say. I went there for the first time like a little over a year ago. I've only been there the one time, and I don't know why it's better. It's more relaxing. Much better than Disney World. Much better. All right, I'm going to start the other stream now, guys. The reason Disneyland's better than Disney World is it's much more relaxed. You know, when people go to Disneyland's more of locals, right? So they can go anytime. They're not in a, people that go to Disney World are from out of state or out of the country, other parts of America, and they're spending more money to go to Disney World with their family than it would cost to go to Europe, right? So there's this thing, we call it Disney rage. Disney rage. People are just in a rage and in a rush trying to get everything in because they're spending so much money, you know, $5,000 or more, to take their family there for a few days, and they're stressed and they're nasty and just rude and moving fast. It's Disneyland. It's much more chill. But I didn't go to Disneyland. There's so much to do, and you'll see on the vlog today. I'm not going to talk too much about California. You guys can learn all about it on the video today at noon Eastern time. All right, 2 minutes. Some people call it Mexican Disneyland or Mexican Disney World. There's so many Mexicans there. I've heard people call it that. But it's much more relaxed. And I'll be doing some different things here on YouTube starting next month, which is just a couple of days. I was going to start today, but I got to ease back in. I got to catch up. All right, we're about a minute away. I'm going to start my other stream. Welcome to the stream, everyone. My name is Brian Craig, and man, oh man, do we have a lot to talk about. This is where MAGA comes to talk, and there's more to talk about than we have time today, because this has been like the biggest news time ever. I mean, it's nice to have our country back. I don't know in my lifetime if we have ever had our country being run by Americans for Americans at a level that it's happening at right now. Never seen this before. And we got a lot to cover. So sit back. And we are taking your calls. The number is pinned in the live chat. If you're watching live, you can call. We'll be live on the radio in about 15 seconds. So stand by. Welcome to the program, everyone. My name is Brian Craig, and you are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, the Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 48 years on the radio. I am back from California. Got back last night from California, and so much has happened. Had a couple days off to go and see my daughter. Had a great time with her, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But so much has happened. You know, what's gone on with Colombia in the last few hours to all these other things. I'm going to cover a lot today and take your calls. But, you know, well, let me just play. I want to play something here. We'll get to Colombia in a second. This is amazing. Now, this dropped on Friday. And this is NBC News in a complete panic state. Listen. Okay, now they say, they always talk about these State Department cables. Aren't cables like telegrams? Do they still use cables? I don't know. So Marco Rubio, of course, as our Secretary of State, so nice, you know, being a Floridian as I am, that America is being run by Floridians, because Floridians were the best. cutting virtually all foreign aid. And I'm going to play more of this story. That's huge. Why are these countries around the world welfare queens? Why are we giving them any foreign aid? You know why? Because the Washington politicians, that's how they steal. Somehow, they're not able to steal from domestic government spending. I don't know why, because if they could steal from domestic U.S. spending at the levels they do the foreign aid, they'd be spending money in the United States like crazy, but they give all this foreign aid because most of the people in government are like, I don't want to say his name too much because I want to forget about this corrupt guy, but Biden. They're in government to steal, and for some reason they can steal from the foreign aid. And this foreign aid started after the Second World War because Europe collapsed and we rebuilt Europe, and they saw how much money they could steal, so they just kept giving foreign aid around the world. This is crazy, and NBC News is in a panic. Oh, yes.
Courtney, what more do we know about why the Secretary of State is out with this order right now? And you mentioned that there's an exception, we believe, for Israel and Egypt. But what about Ukraine?
What about Ukraine? Who cares about you? Ukraine, you got enough of our money. This is great. They're in a panic. What about Ukraine? How about in the war? You don't need any more of our money. And President Trump has ordered an audit of, well, all foreign aid, but in particular Ukraine. Ukraine owes us money, like all of it back. They're in a panic. You know, it's really amazing to me, you know, what they've conditioned the American people for. And we've been conditioned for some reason to think that all this foreign aid is something that these countries are entitled to. No one's giving me aid. My goodness, are you getting aid? This is insane. This foreign aid, I got to tell you, everything that's been going on in just the last, 4 days with President Trump and the American government. I want to throw this out to you guys because I really feel this, okay? This is the first time, I think, maybe ever, certainly within my lifetime, but maybe the first time ever, that the United States government has been run by Americans that are putting America first, at least since the 1800s, when there was westward expansion and stuff going on. But in all of our lifetimes, and our grandparents and great-grandparents' lifetimes, it's all been about other countries because they could steal the money. This is beautiful.
One thing is very clear in this order, and it is coming directly from the top. This is one of the executive orders that President Trump signed literally in his first hour after being inaugurated this week. And it was this idea that the U.S. would halt, temporarily at least, all foreign aid grants and not grant any new ones for a period of 90 days. Now, this, as I said, is coming directly from President Donald Trump, but we're learning a little bit more about it today. The way that now Secretary of State Marco Rubio has implemented this to the State Department force around the world is by saying that there would be exceptions for, as you said, specifically military financing. So foreign military sales and financing for Egypt and Israel. And then there's also an exception for humanitarian emergencies.
So if there's a tidal wave somewhere, we'll help them out with a tidal wave or something.
That means that if you have a location where there is humanitarian aid, emergency disaster aid, going to a place, that will continue in some cases. And in addition to that, Tom, the salaries of the people who will be distributing that, working to help with that humanitarian aid, they will also continue to be paid, including local people on the ground in those locations. So we know now that those are the exceptions. But you asked about Ukraine. It's not 100% clear now. As it is written, there is no indication that Ukraine will have any kind of an exception. They could go without this foreign aid for a matter of up to 3 months now.
Oh, wow. Maybe Zelensky can sell one of his yachts, and fund his own war. When sadly, we've had a lot of wars, right? Vietnam, World War I, World War II, Civil War, Spanish American. Who funded our wars? We had help once. The American Revolution with the French, and that was just to stick it to the Redcoats because they didn't like the Brits either. But since the American Revolution, when have we gotten foreign aid? Never. We pay for it ourselves. You know, we talk about welfare kings and queens in this country all the time, and there are a lot of people that milk the system, no doubt about it. But that's nothing compared to these welfare king and queen countries around the world. And, you know, these countries around the world, their entire economies are based on this idea that they have endless amounts of money coming from the United States forever.
I asked you about the most recent tranche of money that the Biden administration pushed through. The numbers.
I don't want to hear anything about Biden. But this should have happened. Well, first off, this should never have happened. All right? This should never have happened. And now that it's over, it's over. When they start auditing and reviewing, oh boy. And so what, 90 days? They get extended for another 90 days if they so choose. Oh man. That is like music to my ears. You know, you work hard, you know, you work overtime, you work weekends, you work nights, you work holidays. Why? So this president of Colombia or Europe or Africa or these countries can take our money? It should be spent here. I know here in Miami, I-95 is an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassing road, I-95 in Miami. I bet you their version of the interstate highway system in Ukraine is in better condition than I-95 is in Miami. Well, we are back live. My name's Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, back from California. If you're on hold, hang in there. We've got so much to cover. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. It's Monday, January 27th, the first full week of Trump's second term. We'll be back right after this. I mean, my goodness, isn't this great, guys? Now, I want to tell you all that huge special going on right now with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane at mypillow.com. And remember, free shipping on orders over $75. And MyPillow, of course, has been here with us on the show for a long, long time. And I appreciate your support of us through your support of MyPillow. And, I mean, look at these deals. The MyPillow towels, which I have these towels. I dry my body off with them every morning before I go on the air. Just $29.98. The flannel sheets, oh man, I was sleeping on the MyPillow flannel sheets last night because it's so cold. Just $44.98 with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. And again, free shipping on orders over $75. Look at this. There's a whole closeout section, up to 80% off in the closeout section. Look at these great, great, great deals. The MyPillow, My Coffee, you can save as much as 50% off. The mega sale, I'm going to call it the MAGA sale, is on. The MyPillow slippers, I have 2 pairs of these. You'll love them. I have a slip-on and the tan moccasin ones, just $59.98 with our promo code Kane. And you can see the normal price is just under $150. So just great deals. And remember, free shipping on orders over $75. Now, of course, you got to use our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, for these incredible deals. And, oh, man, look at this. The premium My Pillows, just $24.98 with our promo code Kane at checkout. The MyPillow socks, these are great socks, 25% off with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. So great deals, and remember, every time you use our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, you are supporting us here on the program, and it supports all my content, the radio show, my YouTube channel, and my podcast. So lots to cover here. We'll be back in 1 minute, less than a minute. We'll be back live on the air. Oh man, how exciting. America back. And not only is America back, it's back for Americans, which is sadly like so unusual. Now, if you're new to my program, make sure that you subscribe, all right? This is where MAGA comes to talk. You'll love this program, I promise you. Okay. We'll be back in about 15 seconds. So stand by. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show, back live from California today, and oh so much to cover. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? All right, you lost your chance. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay, it's going to be one of those days. That's okay. I got lots to cover. I don't mind any of that. So, did you see this video with Dr. Phil? This is absolutely amazing. So, Dr. Phil is embedded with Tom Homan in ICE. You know, remember we had embedded journalists in Operation Iraqi Freedom back in, I guess that was 2003? Dr. Phil is embedded with ICE and Tom Homan, and Dr. Phil has been going on ICE raids with his camera crew in Chicago. Now, yesterday when I was flying back to Florida, I was watching CNN on the plane. They're in a panic, these liberals. And one of the things that has them in a panic, not just that Trump is doing all these great things, conquering Colombia, the deportations and everything. He's doing so much at once, they can't even keep up with it. Okay? They can't even keep up with it. They can't even attempt to keep up with it. And Trump is not, if you notice, he's not using the media. And of course, they've got judges. I was watching on CNN. They had someone on yesterday, and they said, well, these migrants, they listed their constitutional rights that have been violated, the Fourth Amendment and another one. So they claim, and they say they're being targeted because of Chicago's sanctuary city status, and targeting them based on that is unconstitutional. So I want you to take this away from these illegal border jumpers, okay? Say, for example, there's a sanctuary city that gives sanctuary to bank robbers, right? If you're a bank robber, you can go to the city of Chicago. We're offering sanctuary. If they said, you know what, we got a bunch of bank robberies going on. All the bank robbers are holed up in the sanctuary bank robbing city of Chicago. We're going to send federal agents in there. Who would say, oh, you can't arrest him because of the sanctuary city status? You know, like so many on the left and in America have been conditioned that foreign aid is an entitlement of the world. The left have been conditioned to believe that the illegals, that the people of the world have a right to come here and set up shop. Later, when we get to that Margaret Brennan interview with JD, I'll play some clips of that later. You'll see what I mean. You know, she says to him, this country was founded by immigrants. Well, that's not true. This country was not founded by immigrants. And JD Vance had a great answer. He said, no, he says, founded by settlers. This country was founded by settlers, not immigrants. I know that's some crap that they've told us in school, the Statue of Liberty and all that stuff, but the United States was founded by settlers, colonists, not immigrants, okay? There was no country here. It was empty. There were some nomadic tribes of violent Indians running around, but they were not immigrants, okay? And I'm going, including the Pilgrims, settlers, big difference. And I've been, so Dr. Phil, Dr. Phil's amazing, and he's embedded with ICE with Tom Homan. He's in Chicago. I'm going to play the audio of this. This is amazing. And Dr. Phil has his film crew with him, and Tom Homan and his ICE agents have just apprehended an illegal from Thailand in Chicago, who apparently has some kind of sex offender charges. Listen. What? Where was I born, or where? What? I mean, I'm going to play it all. I'm not going to interrupt it. I'm going to play it all in its entirety. It's about a minute and 40 seconds long, okay? And we'll talk about it after.
Citizen? Your mother is a citizen? But you're not? No. But you've never been deported before? Dr. Phil. Yeah, Dr. Phil. Yeah? How do you know me? No, I seen Dr. Phil on TV. Yeah? Yeah. Well, this is an example of sanctuary cities, right? We got illegal aliens convicted of sex crimes involving children. Chicago. Again, the downfall, the problem in sanctuary city, that people like us walk the street rather than run the law enforcement work with federal agents. This is what we get. You've been charged with sex crimes with children? Not really? And never been deported? Huh. Let's take them in process and lock them up.
I like that. Tom Holman. Take him in and process him. Lock him up. And you know what Tom Holman has done? He's brought back Cops. I know Cops is still around on that Fox app, but back in the 80s when Cops debuted, that was the hottest show on TV. I never missed it. Bad Boys, What You Gonna Do When They Come? And he's brought back Cops. And look at this guy. Have you been charged with sex crimes? Not really. What the heck? This is so perfect. This is so... Are you guys excited? I've never been so excited as I am right now with what's going on in this country. This corrupt president of Colombia, right? He's going to have embargoes against us. What does that mean? What does that mean? He's going to keep the cocaine and the weed from coming here? What about the people? Who cares? These countries in South America, let them put an embargo against us. We don't need anything that they have, even the coffee. Okay, we can get coffee here or somewhere else. We don't need it from Colombia. And we certainly don't need your poisonous cocaine and whatever other drugs you're funneling here on the backs of the people that you're purging your society with into America. But, this is so historic. We are blessed to be living through this time. There'll never be another time like this. And what President Trump is doing is not just accomplishing his agenda, he is showing the American people what things are like at this rally over the weekend in Las Vegas. The president was talking about how he's heard from multiple foreign leaders who said they'd call the White House to speak with Biden. They would be on hold for 30 minutes or more. He would never come to the phone. And then an aide would pick up the phone and say, he'll call you back. And he wouldn't call back for 3 months, if ever. America, it's, to say America's back, I don't think we've ever had leadership, not even with President Reagan, like this. Do you? Now, if you're on hold, hang in there. After the bottom of the hour break, I'll go to the phones. And we've got so much to cover on the program. When I was out there with my daughter in California, when she moved to California just over 2 years ago, we shipped her car to her, on a truck. And before I did that, I took her car over to Friendly Tire in Margate. And I got her 4 new Firestone tires from Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. And she's been out there over 2 years now. And so I was prepared to go, she's driving on all over the place in the mountains and the deserts, and all that stuff. She's driving all over the place because it's new to her. And I planned on, and I wasn't looking forward to it because Friendly Tires in Margate, not in Los Angeles, but I was planning on buying her 4 new tires. Her tires look almost new. And she's driven many thousands of miles through the deserts and everything in the mountains of California. Those Friendly tires are great tires. It's amazing to me. So, go to Friendly Tire. Get tires. You know, he has new tires out the door and on the road as low as $70 a tire. And when I say out the door and on the road, Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire does not charge you to bounce the tire, mount the tire, or even dispose of your old tires, okay? I'm going to give you his number. Give him a call, and Friendly Mike will give you a quote right over the phone. But remember, that's out the door and on the road because he doesn't have those added charges. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. That's 954-977-9445 for Friendly Tire in Margate. All right, it's the Steve Kane Show. We're back live this Monday. My name's Brian Craig. If you're on hold, hang in there. Our number 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this. Now, you guys watching on the green screen stream, to see and hear all the audio and video and everything, if you go to my other stream, it's all there. It's kind of like this is kind of like a behind the scenes kind of thing. Absolutely. If you're on hold, stand by. I will go to the calls after our break. That video with Dr. Phil, I might play that once an hour on the show today. It's that good. I mean, it's so good. Right? I mean, when have we seen anything like this? When have we seen, has there ever been a president that was anything like this? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I don't think we have ever experienced what we're experiencing right now. Do you? No. No way. It's never happened. Now, if you're new, please subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, please like the video. No. There's you know, because all the other presidents have either been sellouts, compromised people, or just lifelong politicians. And they have their whole families or have all these deals with fake jobs, with donors and everything. And they just don't want to rock the boat, you know? I mean, this cutting of foreign aid and reviewing everything, I never would have dreamed that would have happened. All right, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. 3 minutes, we'll be back. It is. We are just so lucky to be living through this time. Now, at noon today, Eastern Time, on my YouTube channel here, I made a vlog of my visit to California to visit my daughter. It will be live at noon with a live chat. It's already there. And it'll debut at noon Eastern today. So make sure you keep an eye out for that and join the chat. And I saw some very surprising things in California. Very surprising things. And you will see them in the video. Now, I'll be at the radio station tomorrow. I was going to go to the radio station today, but I got in late. And, you know, the weekend travel wore me down, plus getting in late. I hate flying. I just hate flying. You know, if I was off today or got back in the morning yesterday, it'd be different, but I got back last night. When you go to the West Coast, you gain time, but when you fly back home, you lose, you know, those 3 hours. So it messes you up when you're flying back to the East Coast. But the next time I go out there, the traffic on the LA freeway is freaking insane. But next time, I think I'm going to fly the red eyes each way. So my daughter and I don't have to drive in that traffic on the freeway. That freeway traffic is the worst. No more vacations. You call that a vacation? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Came back Sunday morning. Well, I do have the cruise coming up. Got to fly over the Gulf of America. Oh. 1 minute, and we will be back. Callers on hold. Hang in there. I'm going to go to the phones when we get back from the break. But I'll be at the radio station tomorrow. Just that little extra sleep I got. Take the train. I don't have time to take the train to California. Plus, the train sucks. Amtrak, it stops constantly. I just don't like flying. I never have liked flying. All right, stand by. We're coming back in just a few seconds. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 48 years on the radio. I am back from California. We are live today. I'm going to go right to the calls. So much has happened. I covered a lot already, but I haven't even scratched the surface of what we're going to do today. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Kevin. I'm from Oklahoma.
Kevin in Oklahoma. What's on your mind?
Well, I just wanted to say happy MAGA Monday.
Absolutely.
And I think I just wanted to make a comment on the Colombian issue.
Yes.
I think Donald Trump did a fantastic job. And I think the Colombian president brought forth something that I'm sure that President Trump has thought about, his inner circle. But
what's that? No, slow down for a second. Hold on a second. Slow down.
Your people, you send them here.
Slow down.
What did? Get them on your dime and take them home, and we'll put tariffs on your.
Hold on. You said that the Colombian president showed us something. What did he show?
Well, I'm saying he revealed he offered to come get the illegals.
No, he didn't. What happened, and by the way, he released a statement filled with some of the most anti-American racist language I've ever heard towards white people. I mean, what a bigot this guy is. No, he wouldn't let the flights land in Colombia because they were handcuffed. Well, these are criminals. Of course they're handcuffed. It's Con Air. They didn't bring the plane back to the United States. The planes with those Colombian illegals landed in, was it Honduras? It landed in a Central American country, and he sent his plane to that country to get them.
Oh, okay.
They didn't fly him back to the United States. But I'll tell you what he showed. He's a bigot. I'm going to go through what he said about Americans later. He's a bigot. He hates Abraham Lincoln. He said terrible things about Abraham Lincoln, who's as close to an American saint as any president ever has been. You know. And he also is stupid. There's nothing that comes from Colombia we need. Nothing.
Right.
They can keep their cocaine and their weed and their illegals.
I was just thinking that it'd be great if President Trump told them to come get the people.
Mm-hmm.
You send them to the U.S., come get them, take them home, and you paid for it. And if not, we'll put tariffs on your country.
That's right. All right, take care. Oklahoma, good to hear from you. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Once.
My name is Gwen, and I'm calling from upstate New York.
Gwen in upstate New York. How you doing?
Online.
Great. Welcome. What's on your mind? You're on the air.
Okay, what I wanted to say is just so you know, online, the clips you're playing, we can't
No,
hear
I'll explain during the break, okay? You can. I'll explain during the break, okay? All right, listen during the break and I'll explain. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Jeff from Maine, Brian.
Hey, hold on one second, Jeff. Hold on a second here. Hold on. All right. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff. What's on your mind?
Hey, Trump has not even been in office a week, and that man has done more to help this country than in the last 8 years. He's he's on a pace to outdo his first term as president.
Absolutely.
Everything he does. The first week is going to be epic. The first month, the first 120 year, everything is going to be epic. We are in the golden age in America right now, and we need to not attack or make fun of liberals. We need to tell our liberal friends, watch what he's doing. Get him on board so we get 8 years of J.D. Vance. I believe we are in a precipice of the greatest the next 12 years in our country's history.
Absolutely. So much has happened, but this thing with Colombia. See, this is why President Trump's so smart. This is why he made Marco Rubio the Secretary of State. The biggest problem, the biggest international threat to this country is Latin America. Okay? And he speaks he speaks their language fluently, so he can talk directly to them. Right? He doesn't have to have a translator, and he probably knows a lot of these guys already because of his interest in Latin America. So this is a beautiful thing. And this Colombian president, he doesn't know who he's dealing with. He has no idea.
No. And it's not a matter of DEI hires like the liberals want. He's hiring the best of the best. And Rubio is going to draw in a lot of minority groups. He's very intelligent. I didn't like the way he attacked Trump when he was running against him, but I believe he's full board now. And all these picks, like Pete Hegseth, that was so awesome. I watched that up to the moment J.D. Vance said, I vote for him. That he should have done that with Matt Gaetz. We should have ran him through, but there's a reason Trump gave up on him.
Believe me, there's something about Matt Gaetz that's not good. I mean, I love Matt Gaetz, but if there's, Trump got him out. Trump purged him. So there's something. I don't know if the stories about him are true or not. I don't know. I saw the Bill Maher interview that Matt Gaetz did, but there's something about him and Trump dropped him. So that's it. He's out and for now.
And we trust President Trump, but I believe Matt Gaetz is coming back to do something for our country. And I can't believe he's going to give up. I believe there's a reason he stepped down.
Well, they made him. He had no choice. Yeah. There's something that I love Matt Gaetz, but there's something that we may never have heard before. He was just reelected. He didn't have to step down, and there's something scandalous with him. It may not be anything that we've heard before, but there's something scandalous with him.
I think, and Pete Hegseth is going to be one of the greatest ever, I believe. I think that was a blessing in disguise that happened.
I'll tell you, J.D. Vance, his running mate in 4 years, maybe it'll be Pete Hegseth. Maybe Pete Hegseth will be the VP nominee.
You never know. These young mega guys, they are the future of our country, and that's a good call, Brian. I never thought of that because we need young, constitutional, conservative Republicans to take over our higher offices and departments and run them the way they were called to be. And President Trump is brilliant. I will never stop praising him, and no one's perfect, but this man, what he went through in his family, and remember what they said that Barron said to Biden just before the inauguration? He said, it's on. And then his mother looked at him when he walked over and said, be nice. And he said, okay, Mom. But then he gave Biden a look, and Biden...
I've seen that. And that seems out of character to me. because
I don't know.
I don't.
Can I say
I
one-
can't.
one thing real quick?
I can't imagine. I mean, you know,
Can I say
everybody
something?
all
Can
the.
you imagine?
I don't think he said that.
Can you imagine though, as a teenager, seeing what they put your father and mother through,
Oh yeah.
and your family?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, nobody's perfect, and I think his mother checked him a little and said, "Come on, we need to be nice." And I believe Melania Trump is a lot behind who President Trump is.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. That lady is first class, eloquent, articulate, beautiful, and she is so full of grace. And what she's been put through, and she is stoic, and I can't praise her enough for what she's been through and what she's done. And she's beside her husband all the way on these,
Oh yeah.
going all around.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful, Brian?
It's great. It's great. Well, it's good to hear from you, Jeff.
God bless you, Brian, and God bless everybody here.
All right, take care. Yeah, I would have to hear confirmation from somebody in the Trump orbit that Barron said that. All the Trump kids are so well behaved. I don't think that's like a threat. I don't think he said that to Biden. Now, this Colombian president listen to what he said. He says, "You don't like our freedom? Okay. I don't shake hands with white slavers." He called Trump a white slave. This guy's a racist. He called Trump a white slaver. "Overthrow me, president, and the Americas, and humanity will respond." This is the president of Colombia. "You can try to carry out a coup with your economic strength and your arrogance. I don't like your oil, Trump." This is what the Colombian president said. "You're going to wipe out the human species because of greed." He went on to tell Trump this: "The blockade does not scare me because Colombia, besides being a country of beauty, is the heart of the world. I don't really like traveling to the U.S. It's a bit boring, I confess. There are some commendable things. I like going to the black neighborhoods of Washington, where I saw an entire fight in the U.S. Capitol between blacks and Latinos with barricades, which seemed like nonsense to me because they should join." I don't know what that means. "You will never rule us," he says to Trump, the warrior who rode our lands shouting freedom. "I will die in my law. I resisted torture. I resist you. I don't want slavers next to Colombia. We already had many. We freed ourselves. What I want next to Colombia are lovers of freedom." This guy's a monster. This guy's a monster. These South Americans, they're of European descent too. What does this guy think? He's Aztec, Mayan, or something? They're trying to pass themselves off as Indians. No, they're Spanish. They are of European descent too. And they didn't free themselves. I know they might want to think that, but they did not free themselves. All right, listen, we're going to take our last break of the first hour. Call us on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number is toll-free 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back. All right, now to the lady that, if you're watching, I have two live streams going on. This is for those that are watching on the vertical with the green background. You can hear all the audio and see the video on the other stream, not on this one. Okay, this is more like a behind-the-scenes look. So if you want to see and hear all the audio, you go to the other stream. William says the Colombian president is over his head. No doubt about that. He is so far over his head. I mean, here he is, for decades, Colombia is sitting as drugs and criminals, and he's pissed off at us. Okay, we'll be back in 2 minutes. We'll be back on the air in 2 minutes. If you're on hold, hang in there. Going to talk about the MyPillow mega sale when we get back. Oh, I loved what President Trump said on Air Force One about Canada. We'll get to that in a little bit. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. And if you already subscribed, please like the video if you don't mind. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. Oh, The great Mike Lindell. Great guy. Great guy. I'll get to the audio of him later talking about Canada on Air Force One. Did you guys catch that? It was beautiful. There's never been a president since maybe George Washington who was so dedicated to the United States, because he was founding the country. It hasn't even been a week yet, and look at everything that's happened. 1 minute, we'll be back live on the radio. I've got some, well, I'll explain it on the air. Less than a minute. If you're new, my name's Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. We're in a commercial break right now on the radio. If you're on hold, hang in there. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. Oh, this is as good as it gets. Enjoy this. We're going to have other great presidents, but not like this. Okay, 10 seconds. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm going to go to the phones in just a moment, but first I want to talk about this incredible sale going on that Mike Lindell, the inventor of the MyPillow, has brought us. The mega sale, and on huge deals with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, as well as free shipping on all orders with our promo code Kane on all orders over $75. The MyPillow towel sets, I dry my body off with my MyPillow towels each and every day, just $29.98. This is a huge deal. I mean, that's $40 off. The MyPillow towels are the best towels I have ever used in my life. When you hear Mike Lindell say towels that actually work, what a concept. I didn't really understand what that meant until I used them, and they work like towels. You've never had towels like the MyPillow towels. A whole bunch of new colors in. I slept last night because it's chilly with the MyPillow flannel sheets. Those are $44.98 with our promo code Kane at checkout, which is over $50 off. So just huge discounts site-wide. The mega sale continues. Those are just a couple of the specials. But with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, you can take advantage of all the specials at MyPillow.com. And remember, when you use our promo code Kane at checkout at MyPillow.com, you're supporting this program, and we greatly appreciate that. And remember, free shipping on orders over $75. That's promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. All right, let's go back to our very busy phones on this Monday. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Brian. Welcome home.
Hey, Richie.
I'm going to go in a little deeper. We all know President Trump is great. We haven't seen stuff like this in a long time.
Never.
The reason why Dr. Phil was with Holman was to put on his show to show the American people just the kind of people that they're locking up.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is going to turn into a total disaster for Trump and the American people. Now, because I've been watching what's going on the news. I watch these shows. The Democrats and some Republicans, believe it or not, they're already attacking Trump. They have a poll out. 80% of the American people are against just going into churches and schools and taking regular people who they say haven't committed heinous crimes. The rest of them are okay with sending back the drug cartel people and the MS-13s and all that.
Well, you're always doom and gloom. JD Vance over the weekend with this interview with Margaret Brennan. Now, JD Vance is Catholic like I am. He became a Catholic like in 2017 or 19 or something. And he talked about how the Catholic bishops, it's a big money scam for them. that they're getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars a year. I don't know by who, maybe the U.S. who knows, and they're afraid that when the illegals are deported, they're going to have these empty churches. They're going to lose all that money. You know, if you know, there's a President Trump is one of his greatest skill sets is media marketing. And he's starting with the worst of the worst, the criminals, get people used to the idea. He's got JD out there exposing the scam with the Catholic bishops. And by the time the American people are already on Trump's side, and there'll even be more of them on his side as this goes on.
I'm watching this. They're saying half of the they're saying Trump 170 million or whatever voted for President Trump. There's the other half, or 50
they lost.
million.
They lost.
They're listen, Brian. They are claiming that it's all about the money. You understand that, don't you?
Yeah.
That they're not going to give him the money.
It's the same thing for the schools. The school districts get money for all those illegal students. That's why the school districts are trying to protect them.
I'm talking about the budget for Holman. Holman said he can only go as far as the money's there. They're going to put some stink and fight up. This is going to be a big. I'm telling you, this is going to get ugly, man.
Yeah. Let's see who wins that.
I agree with Trump, but there's so much resistance, and you're going to see just how bad it is.
There's plenty of money. Look at all this foreign aid that President Trump just cut. The government. One thing the government has is plenty of money. Don't worry about it.
But they got to pass it through Congress.
No, they don't. Trump's not going to sit around and dilly-dally with these monsters that are all on the take. He's just going to do it. He'll move the money. We're being invaded. He'll move the money from the military if he has to. There's money. He'll do it. He's not going to mess around with this.
I get what you're saying, and it's all going to end up in courts and all going to be.
You really think that Trump is going to let some Obama or Biden woke DEI judge run the country? When these judges rule, when these judges issue an order, he's going to keep doing what he's doing until the Supreme Court weighs in and tells him to stop. So what?
The media is. Listen to me. The media is against him.
Going to be honest.
Everyone's against him.
Richie, they tried to kill him. They shot him, and that didn't stop him. You think he's going to stop because Rachel Maddow's whining or Lindsey Graham is acting like a girl?
No. Listen, I agree with you. You think I'm not agreeing with you? I am telling you that it's going to get really messy because it's not going to be just a free ride, and I'm going to pray and everything's going to be rosy. This is going to be hard.
It's not going to be hard. He's just going to do it. He doesn't care. He's not going to let some judge, who's a liberal judge who's probably naked under the robe, run the country and say you can't defend the country. He's going to do it anyway. He's not going to pay attention to these judges until the Supreme Court tells him he can't do something.
Well, it's going to be a real mess because
this is beautiful.
Trying to make him look like a dictator already.
He won the popular vote, man. He won the Listen. I was in Los Angeles for the last 4 days, right? I wore my MAGA hat almost everywhere. Not a couple places I didn't because I didn't want to. I had to order food, you know. But I wore my hat everywhere. I didn't get one negative comment the whole time I was in Los Angeles about my MAGA hat. Not one.
You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying the people are behind him in this country. But the press is against them. The politicians are against them.
Nobody watches them. They got no viewers.
But they're the ones that got the money. They got
nothing.
Mitch McConnell is dealing with money.
Mitch McConnell.
You're gonna see.
Mitch McConnell.
Be so easy like you think. I'm telling you. It's gonna get ugly.
Really? It's happened. He's not going to run out of money. There's plenty of money. They got plenty of money. He'll move it.
There is, but
it's a national. When America's under attack. He'll take the money from somewhere. Executive orders. He'll take the money from somewhere. Believe me, there's plenty of money.
I'm not wrong here. I think it's going to get really ugly.
I think you want it to happen. I don't think you like winning.
No, I don't want it to happen. I see it happening before my eyes.
I don't think you enjoy winning.
You're in a fairy tale, brother.
What are you talking? It's happened.
You are in a fairy tale.
It's happening. It's been happening. This isn't theory.
It's happening now. Wait till the money runs out.
All right, Richie. All right, take care. Wait till the money runs out. Yeah, is he watching MSNBC? Where's he getting his info from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike. What's up?
you know what Trump is doing, what Trump and the administration is doing with these, particularly these Latin American countries, is the old stick and carrot thing, right? You don't want to do what we want you to do. You do what we want you to do. We will be nice with you. You don't want to do what we want you to do. We're gonna first tariff the heck out of your products you send here, and two, we're gonna cut off your foreign aid.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing with these people.
Yeah. Well, that should
You know?
be, yeah, exactly. Hey, appreciate the call, Mike. I don't know why we're giving them foreign aid. This is great. Now, if you're just tuning in, I want to share this. This just is beautiful. Okay, this is just beautiful. Okay, this is like should be the lead story everywhere. So, Dr. Phil is embedded with Tom Homan and ICE in Chicago with his camera crew during the ICE raids and deportation procedures. And this is Dr. Phil. You'll hear Dr. Phil, Tom Homan, and this illegal from Thailand that's just been arrested. This is beautiful. Listen. I love it. I love that. Tom Homan. Let's take him in and process him. Lock him up. Yes, sir. You know, doesn't Tom Homan look like a cop? He looks like a cop, doesn't he? I mean, Tom Homan was born for this. This is the moment that he was born for. This is what he was born to do. He's going to be one of the most historic figures in the history of this country. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. You know, and you know, when that video that I just played the audio from has been going viral since last night online. And when people see what they've been bringing into this country, and you hear the entitlement, and by the way, don't assume his mama is a U.S. citizen just because he says so. This guy's a sex offender. You're going to take the word of a sex offender? This is beautiful. Tom Homan is the best. Trump's picked the perfect team, the best cabinet and staff any president has ever had. 1 hour's down. We've got 2 to go. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Our number 1-888-465-2631. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this. Oh, man. That's as good as it gets, isn't it? It's beautiful. Does not get better than that. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. If you're on hold, stand by. right, so I got so much to cover, I don't even know where to begin. Oh, yes, I know. I'm going to play that next. Absolutely. Now, I want to tell you guys about Tom Laporta at Laporta Roofing, online at laportaroofing.com. You know, if you're in the state of Florida and you need roof work, if you need roof repair, give him a call. You know, Tom Laporta handles every type of structure, residential, commercial, municipal, schools, churches. He can handle the job of any size, whether it's a small single-family home, a warehouse, or a condo community with 300 units. He can handle it. He also works, not only can he handle the job of any size, he also works with every type of roofing material there is as well. All right? So go to laportaroofing.com, but I'm going to give you a cell phone number. This is not the number on his website. So you got to write this down here, okay? You can call or text Tom Laporta on his cell phone, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. Let him come out, take a look, give you a quote. And of course, he'll never sell you a roof you do not need. If you just need a simple repair, he'll do it. 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. For Tom Laporta at Laporta Roofing. He's a good guy. He'll take good care of you. And we'll be back in, let me see, about 90 seconds. If you're on hold, hang in there. We're going to go back to the calls after the break. Oh, man. Doesn't get better than this. Does not get better than this. Now, I'd ask this question earlier. When have you seen a president in your lifetime put America first for Americans like this? Not even President Reagan. Not even President Reagan, with all due respect. George Washington, yes, because he was founding the country. But other than George Washington or President Trump, no one's put the country first for Americans like this before. Always other countries. Always. We'll be back in about 25 seconds. If you're new, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure you subscribe and like the video if you're new. Okay, stand by. Here we go. About 15 seconds. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Hour number 2 has begun. Callers on hold, stand by. So much has happened just in the last 48 hours. I've covered quite a bit. I want to recap one story because this is something that I never saw this coming. This is NBC News. This is actually from Friday night. President Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio have suspended all foreign aid worldwide. And this is MSNBC in a complete, well, this is actually NBC. This is the big boys. NBC News in a complete panic about it.
Breaking news Friday night. Secretary of State Marco Rubio now ordering the U.S. to immediately stop almost all foreign aid and supplies pending a review. That according to an internal State Department cable obtained by NBC News. Two notable exceptions here, Israel and Egypt. The State Department did not immediately return our request for comment. We want to go now to NBC Pentagon correspondent Courtney Cuby, who's following this. Courtney, what more do we know about why the Secretary of State is out with this order right now? And you mentioned that there's an exception, we believe, in Israel and Egypt, but what about Ukraine?
Oh, yeah, the typical liberal. What about Ukraine? Ukraine's not a state. They're not an ally. Find it on an unlabeled map. If I had an unlabeled map, the only way that I could find Ukraine, because who cares about Ukraine? Name another president other than Zelensky they've ever had, right? Who cares? I could find it on an unlabeled map because I could find Crimea, and I know it's just north. It's north of Crimea. That's how I'd find Ukraine on an unlabeled map, and most people could even do that. Who cares? What about Ukraine? Who cares? Have Zelensky take some money out of one of his Cayman or Swiss bank accounts. Fund his own war with our money that he stashed away. All right, ending foreign aid. Who would have even thought that was possible? These welfare queens around the world. Why are they entitled to our money? Why? I understand if we come in and help them if there's a natural disaster, an earthquake like in Haiti, in, what was that, 2010? But why are we just giving them foreign aid all the time? Well, because our politicians are stealing from it. That's the reason. They're crooks. All right, back to our phones. We've had some great calls so far this morning, for the most part. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug. Welcome back.
Yes.
Anyway, what more can we want, man? This guy, President Trump, is doing everything he said he was going to do. I'm so proud that the country finally woke up and put him back in office, man. This is fantastic.
Isn't it?
But, the foreign aid that is being stopped, it should have been stopped years ago, but man, I'm so glad they did it. It goes so far, even in trade shows. I do a trade show. All of a sudden, I get the country of Jordan telling me, "Oh, we want to have a pavilion." For those that don't know what a pavilion is they take a lot of square footage. It's like their own little section. Okay.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh, how much is it?" "Oh, it doesn't matter. Your country's paying for it." I said,
Really? They tell you that?
For you guys to come
They tell you that?
They paid. We paid for. They paid for the travel. All the expenses, everything is on the house for the country of Jordan.
Must be nice.
That's just one little thing.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm glad
They're rich. Jordan, they're rich. Jordan's rich. They're rich in Jordan.
Jordan's rich.
They're loaded.
Exactly. These countries don't need our money. They just get it because we're giving it away. It's like the treasury is open for them to rob. And they steal, and the government goes along with it, like you said. I don't know how they're robbing, the politicians are robbing, but they're doing something.
The thing is, all these countries around the world, like all this money we're giving to Canada, their entire economies are based on U.S. foreign aid. And it's and come on. That's tremendous. We shouldn't be giving them any of it. Our roads are falling apart here. I was at the airports our airports suck. And they live in castles.
It's funny you say that. I just was talking to somebody who says, what happened? I remember when I first came down to Florida, the roads were like ice, perfectly flat, not as potholes, everything. We're giving money away.
Yeah.
We got to fix our country first.
That's right. All right, Doug, good to hear from you. All right, take care. Yeah, Daddy's home. That's right. His name's Donald Trump. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. This is Bee from New York State.
Hey, Bee.
And it's a great day in America, and welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. Yep.
Brian, over the weekend, I heard that McConnell heads the committee that has control of the budget for the Defense Department.
Yeah.
Now, he voted against Pete. Now, what can we expect here? He's
the new John McCain. First off, he's more feeble and out of it than Biden was, but he's the new McCain. He's going to be an obstructionist. You got to understand. Yeah. You got to understand. He's a CCP operative. What and I say this. Look at him. He is as physically repulsive as a man can possibly be. Right, ugly as can be. His wife, who's from China. Her family are multi-million. They're like the Kennedys of China. They're millionaires many times over in China, and she's not bad looking. I mean, she's not like super sexy or anything, but she's an average looking woman. Why would an heiress who's not as ugly as sin be married to a man who looks like Jabba the Hutt? She's his handler.
Right.
He's a CCP asset. So he's gonna vote against everything he possibly can. Look, he voted against Hegseth, and then he walked right over to the Democrats and started hanging out with the Democrats.
I know. And so we know all three. We got three of them that we have to keep an eye on, and people need to keep that in mind. Pay attention to these three. But, Brian, who else sits on that committee?
I don't know, but don't worry about it. We've got the majority, and we'll get it through. The committee is not the end all. Forget about it. Don't get involved in this play-by-play sausage making of government. They talk about it all the time. Oh, policy wonks and stuff. That's just filler that they fill TV time up with, okay? Because they got this 24-hour news cycle. Don't worry about the committee or who's on it. Trump will take care of everything.
Well, we know that. He's great.
Yeah.
Daddy, come home, as they say.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
All right, take care. Appreciate the call. All right, great call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Randy from Biloxi, Mississippi.
Hey, Randy, what's up?
Hey, real quick, I just want to tell you, I'm only able to listen to your show for an hour and a half in the mornings getting ready for work.
Oh, my.
But I never hear any callers call in and tell you, thank you for your show. Thank you for being MAGA. Thank you for giving us the truth, and your show is 100% refreshing. Go MAGA. Thank God Trump's in office, and thank you very much for your show, and it gets me fired up every day when I go to work, and it puts me in a good mood, and I don't know if callers ever call in to tell you thank you for your show, and I appreciate everything that you do. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. All right, take care. Appreciate that. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. That's right. Our number is 1-888-465-2631. I want to talk about Dr. Philip Appleton and his laser away pain treatment. He has rid me of pain 7 times. And, I've had most of it's been from injuries that I've had. My knee, my shoulders. I had one shoulder injured twice, one shoulder injured once, arthritis, all kinds of things. I mean, it's just the way it is. And, this last injury I had, I was in so much pain. I was almost in tears when I went to see Dr. Appleton. And he treated me with his laser away pain treatment. Pain's gone. The pain is gone. And, when I was flying, I do carry on. I don't check my luggage, right? I'm a man. If you're a man and you got to check your luggage, on a flight, you got too much stuff packed. But you know how you have to lift up into that bin? I wouldn't. If it weren't for Dr. Appleton ridding me of my shoulder pain with the laser away pain treatment, I would have had to ask a lady flight attendant to do it for me. I wouldn't have been able to do it. And I was able just with one arm, boom, put my suitcase up there, no problem, no pain, because I've got my shoulders back. Pain isn't part of growing old. It can be if you don't go see Dr. Appleton and rid yourself of pain with his laser away pain treatment. Dr. Appleton performs all the laser treatments himself, not an assistant. There's no downtime, no shots, no injections, no drugs, no medications. It is 100% painless, and of course, it works. And with Dr. Appleton, appointments are not necessary. Walk-ins are welcome, even on Saturdays. Give him a call and say bye-bye to your pain. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. That's 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com. Call us on hold. Stand by. We are back live on this Monday. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back right after this. Oh, this is exciting. I'm going to, let me see if this is loud enough to play on the radio. This is Trump talking about Canada. Yeah, okay. I'm going to play that in a bit when we get back. It's Trump on Air Force One. Oh, callers on hold. Hang in there. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes. If you're new, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Subscribe if you're new. You will love this channel, I promise you. And I was off for a few days to go see my daughter and had a great time doing that. And I made a little bit of a documentary on my trip to California and saw some very surprising things. And that video will go live at noon Eastern today, right here on my YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed, got that notification bell. Click. It's already there, and there'll be a live chat. You'll see. It's like a little preview. And I think you'll enjoy it. I was shocked at what I saw. And then my wife and I, we will have a new podcast later today as well. But it was nice to have a little time off. Hang out with my daughter. I'm going to take some calls, and then after some calls, I'll get into Canada. Colombia's done. I mean, they've surrendered. That's just it. What are they going to do? What is Canada going to do? The show is flying by today, isn't it? Where, you guys, where are you all located? Like what state or what country is everybody in? What state or what country are you in? It amazes me what Philippines. All right. It amazes me where people are. South Africa, welcome. The birthplace of Elon Musk. Michigan, California, Florida, Massachusetts, Ohio, Orlando, Florida. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. Just over a minute, actually. South Carolina, Michigan, North Carolina, Pittsburgh, Illinois, Maryland, New York, Pennsylvania, Nevada, New York, UK, welcome UK, Phoenix, Arizona, less than a minute, we'll be back. Yeah, it was the coldest I saw Saturday morning, or was it yesterday morning? Saturday morning, I got up early and took my daughter's car to get coffee. It was 42 degrees. I was like, oh my goodness, 42 degrees. That was so cold, I couldn't handle that. I did not really have clothing warm enough for that. By Florida standards, that's sub-zero. But it was in the 60s last night when I got home. All right, stand by. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. We are back live. I arrived late last night from California, and we are back here live today and talking about the great events over the weekend. You're welcome to call in about anything I brought up so far, and I got a lot more to get to as well. All right, our number 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Bill from Sanford.
Hey, Bill.
Let me tell you, Kamala Harris started as an assistant district attorney in 1990. That's over 35 years ago.
Who?
Tom Holman
Who?
has taken out more bad actors in 1 or 2 days than Kamala Harris
Oh,
did
come on.
in all her different capacities.
Let me ask you, do we really have to be talking about her or Biden anymore? I mean, there has been unemployed bums now. But I get your point.
Well, I just Tom Holman's doing just such a great job. I mean, I'm so proud of him.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of John Walsh. John Walsh, when I was a little kid is when his son Adam Walsh was murdered,
Oh, I remember.
And John Walsh, he took that god-awful tragedy and started America's Most Wanted. But before that, he started the milk carton thing and the missing child database. Adam Walsh's death has resulted in so many lives being saved by John Walsh, by bringing attention to things that nobody wanted to pay attention to before
he's
that.
Taken off more of the top 10 most wanted in the United States than anybody else.
Yeah, and Tom Homan is the new John Walsh. He's doing the same thing with a different set of scumbags, and it's beautiful.
That guy would scare me. If I ran into him on the street, he would scare me.
Heck, he looks like a cop, doesn't he? Doesn't he look like a cop?
Yes. Oh, God bless
remember that song Bad Boys? What you gonna do when Tom Homan comes looking for you?
Yeah. Oh, God bless Trump for picking this guy, because he nailed the right one for the job.
Oh,
absolute
perfection. Absolute perfection. All right, Bill in Sanford, Florida. Take care. Thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Richard from Pompano.
Hey, Richard.
Okay, I'm really upset, with the senator. What's his name? That just
Who?
voted no on
Who are you upset with?
The senator who voted no.
Mitch McConnell?
Yeah, him and those two ladies. What I'm calling to say, I called once before about this. There must be something we can do about these Republicans in name only.
They get elected in their states. They're elected in their states. And they do help us because they're registered Republicans, right? So that counts towards our control of the Senate. So they do help us because they're registered Republicans. We can't do anything about it. Murkowski, Mitch McConnell, who's that other lady? Collins, Susan Collins. Listen, they're the snakes that Trump reads about in the poem.
Vance is going to come in almost every vote.
Fine, I love it. Let him come in for every vote and expose these wino rhinos.
Right. All right, just want to let you know.
All right, take care. Yeah, these doom and gloom sayers. So President Trump was on Air Force One, and he's talking about Canada. Did you guys catch this? I'm going to play that now. You may have to turn the volume up, but this is on Air Force One. It's one of those. What do they call these? Gaggles. And this is President Trump on Air Force One, which it must be it's such a serious downgrade from Trump Force One in so many ways. But he's talking to the press about the 51st state, Canada. Okay, so yeah, why are we're giving, this was one of the most shocking things I ever heard. When President Trump, that was just over the weekend on Air Force One, the flight to, I'm not sure if that was on the way to North Carolina, California, or to the rally, but it was over the weekend on Air Force One. A few weeks back, when President Trump shared that we are giving, you heard him say it there again, we give Canada $250 billion a year in foreign aid, billion with a B. You know, it's one thing they give foreign aid to these third world pits of hell, okay? Why are we giving $250 billion with a B to a first world country? It should all be cut off. Canada would not exist without that subsidy. It would collapse. It would cause immediate economic collapse. We are paying for their entire socialized healthcare. You know, these Canadians, oh, our healthcare is so wonderful. We love it. We love it. You should have it here. Oh, well, are you going to pay for ours like we pay for you? The reason that their socialized healthcare system works is because we, the United States, are paying for it with the sum of $250 billion with a B every year. And by the way, that's $250 billion in American, not that Canadian rainbow money. Cut it off, Trump. They don't need any of that money. Well, maybe they need it, but they don't deserve it. Give it back to the taxpayers. You know, the reason we pay taxes are to subsidize the world with all this foreign aid. Of course the country could be run on import taxes, the tariffs. Stop giving the foreign aid. My goodness. Now we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. The golden age of America is here. I mean, it hasn't even been a week yet. And look at how much has happened. All right. We'll go back to the calls. We got a lot more to share. Of course, the surrender to the United States by Colombia. Colombia has been conquered by the conquistador Trump. Your thoughts are welcome. Our number is toll free 1-888-465-2631. 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll free call no matter where you are listening. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 48 years on the radio. We'll be right back. It is 57 degrees here. That's crazy. 57 degrees. It's like hardcore stuff. That's like freezing. I don't want to leave the house with that. Okay. Okay, we'll be back shortly. Hold on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Our number 1-888-465-2631. I'll take another call or two, then I got some more audio to play. So much news has happened. By the way, we're back live. I came back late last night from California and had a great time. You know, if you're curious, not only did I have a great time with my daughter in California, I made a documentary on my trip to California, which you will not want to miss. I ran into some very surprising things and people in California. And, of course, I made a YouTube video about it, a little short documentary film that I made, which will be live on my YouTube channel at noon today. So if you don't follow me on YouTube, you should. Brian Craig Show on YouTube. And my documentary on my California MAGA visit will be live with a live chat going on at the same time at noon on my YouTube channel. All right, so check that out. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Montana Mark.
Hey, Mark. What's up?
You know, President Trump has compassion for the people in America.
Mm-hmm.
All this foreign aid, if it was in the government, he would have sent that to the people that suffered from Hurricane Helene.
Exactly.
And over the weekend, I watched all those interviews because Trump, Milana, they went to North Carolina and they were talking with the people.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump was mad because FEMA ignored and abandoned the people.
That's right.
So if we stopping all the foreign aid, we can help our people. And Trump, he is for the American people. So,
well, that's what they hate about him.
And me and my family, we were praying for America and for Trump through all these hard times. And look who won.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And not only won by a landslide with the majority vote.
And, you know, when Trump was talking with the people in North Carolina, he was letting them tell their story where,
mm-hmm.
you know, Biden, he would never do that.
That's right.
So, you know, Trump loves the people in America.
Yeah. And you know, the Democrats, please, can we not mention those names anymore, Biden and Kamala? I mean, do we really need to talk about those unemployed has-beens? I know it's kind of, 4 years, I know it's kind of a habit, but, the Democrats wanted to outlaw the people from speaking, right? They were going to criminalize MAGA people if they won, the Democrats. And now look at what's going on. Hey, good to hear from you, Mark. Take care, all right? And I appreciate it. Great. We've had some very good calls today, I must say. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Harvey from Robstown. How you doing?
All right, Harvey. What's on your mind?
Well, you brought up a subject that's dear to my heart. Is why do these countries treat us so badly and we give them aid?
Because our politicians, the reason we give them aid is because our our government officials are crooks and they steal foreign aid money for themselves and their family. And to answer your, that's why we give it. And why do they treat us so poorly? Because they can.
That's, that really, it just, there's so much common sense that can correct everything. You know, if someone's being mean to you, you don't give them money, right? I mean, that's just like a little boy in the playground. Someone's mean to you, they're forcing to give you money. Well, no one's forcing us to give anybody any money. We do it anyways. They said I was Googling this stuff. They said we give out around $70 billion a year in foreign aid.
Oh, it's more. No, it's more than that. No, we give $250 billion just to Canada.
Oh my God!
So I mean, it's like it's more money than the mind can comprehend that we give in foreign aid.
I wonder if you ever figure it out. You did bring up a good point. If you ever figure out how much foreign aid we actually give and divide that into the national debt, it would be an interesting subject. How long it would take to pay it off?
Oh, forever. But we're going to cut it off. We're going to cut it off and pay off all our debts. And by the time Trump's done, we're not going to have income taxes anymore. We're going to pay for it with all the money we're saving and with import taxes.
I think I died and went to heaven when he won.
I'm telling you. I know. That's how I feel, man. All right. Take care. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air.
Jessica, West Palm Beach.
Hey, Jessica. What's up?
Hi, Brian. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I'm listening. How was California?
It was very good. Very, very good. Watch my YouTube video at noon. I made a documentary on my trip to California. You'll enjoy it. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna take a look at it. We missed you those days because there were so many things happening, and then you were not on. I'm like, oh my God, where's Brian?
Listen, there's not going to be any slow news days ever again with Trump in office.
No, and you know what? President Trump said it. He said, we are going to win so much that we're going to get tired of winning.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening. President Trump is kicking, you know what? And I am happy that Tom Homan is there. And Tom Homan declared war on the cartel.
That's right.
He said more than 150,000 Americans get unalived yearly by the cartel. And we need to take action on that. And I'm happy that he's doing it, that he's stopping everybody. And I'm happy what J.D. Vance is doing. J.D. Vance did an interview yesterday with Face the Nation that he was kicking, you know what, also. This is amazing. I mean, I am so happy that the American people chose Mr. Trump. I'm happy that we did it. I'm happy that what's going on. I mean, Brian, this is like, we're winning. We're all winning. Americans are winning. You know, and I'm very proud of what they're doing. But I also want to share with you that just as much as we are protecting our southern border, we also need to protect our Canadian border. Because from there's a lot of things and ugly things happening too. I don't know if you know that Border Patrol was unalived last week by a German trying to cross the Canadian border.
Yeah, an illegal killed a Border Patrol agent last week. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. An illegal from Germany. So I'm hoping that President Trump also, focus on the Canadian border. Both borders are just as dangerous because in the Canadian border there's a lot of Muslims, crossing through Canada.
Well, yeah. I mean, don't worry. Believe me, he's got that under control. He's talked about the Canadian border. Don't worry. He's got it. I mean, look, he sent the Marines to the southern border. He's got it all under control.
Oh, I'm hoping that he focuses just as much as the Canadian border because it's also just as dangerous.
All right. Well, listen. Thanks for the call.
Day, Brian.
You too. Thanks for the call. Yeah, we have great calls today. Yeah, I mean, there's an energy out there because we have a president who's putting America and Americans first. We're not used to that. This is so refreshing. Not at this level. Never happened before. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Rob from Knoxville.
Go ahead.
Okay, so just wanted to give you one thing I noticed that Trump did when you were gone is he put those people on their butts in Davos. I mean, they were just freaked out of what he said on a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
Not to get off task, but you did mention that you were out in California. We all know that. You're loyal listeners. Did you have an opportunity to go up and firsthand look at some damage?
I didn't go. No, I didn't go to the. I didn't go to the fire damaged areas. You know, I probably get a better look on TV. That's all blocked off. You can't go to those areas unless you live there. So they have police checkpoints and they check your ID. All of a sudden, they're in the photo ID in California. You know, so you got you got to give your government issued photo ID and show that you live there before you can drive on those roads. The one thing you need ID for in California.
Well, isn't that amazing? I mean,
exactly.
I agree with all your listeners, and just stop this insanity of giving foreign aid to everybody. We're so poor in this country. There are so many people, like the people in North Carolina and the people in Altadena. They're the ones that are middle class.
Well, and here's the thing. The taxes that we all pay, including the payroll taxes, the income tax, all these taxes, we don't need to pay. If Trump finishes what he's doing here, we're not going to have to pay taxes. Everything's going to be paid with import taxes, as it should. We're the #1 consumer nation in the world. Everybody wants to send their goods to this country. We could fund, you cut off all this waste and this foreign aid, the entire U.S. government could be funded on the import taxes.
Agreed, my man. And I'm moving to my old small hometown after living in large cities my whole adult life, and just to get away from this nonsense and all this, and to feel safe again and not have to deal with the hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
Because it's insane, man, out there, and hopefully this guy brings us back down to earth.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I got to run, but I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. If you're on hold, hang in there. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. We'll be back right after this. Okay, I got to cue some things up. Let's see. Oh, yes, I got to play that. Queuing up some audio sound bites. Okay, 1, 2. I've got so much to cover. I've just scratched the surface. Okay. We'll be back in about a minute. In the next hour, maybe in this hour, I'll get to some of the Marco sound bites. 1 minute. We'll be back in 1 minute. If you're new, my name's Brian. Make sure you subscribe. This is most definitely where MAGA comes to talk. Okay. 45 seconds and we'll be back. That one caller says, I feel like I've died and gone to heaven with President Trump. I know. Anybody else feel that way? How could you not? We've never experienced things like this. Never. I'll be at the radio station tomorrow. I got in too late last night. I needed the extra time to sleep to be on the air. Usually that or take the day off. All right, stand by. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. If you're on hold, stand by. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. I want to talk about neuropathy. You know, if you have neuropathy or someone in your family does, I don't have to tell you, it's torture. And, you know, when Steve had all of his neuropathy symptoms, he couldn't get out of bed. He was not just homebound, bedbound. And his doctor told him, his primary care physician, told him there was no treatment for neuropathy. You just got to get used to it. Steve begged and pleaded for him to give him a referral to a neurologist, which he eventually did. And the specialist, the neurologist, told Steve the same thing. There's no treatment for neuropathy. Go home and get used to it. That's your new life. And then we found Lighthouse Medical in Pompano. Not only do they have a treatment for neuropathy, they have a treatment that works and a treatment that lasts. Steve had his treatment over 2.5 years ago. They rid him of his neuropathy symptoms, and over 2.5 years later, it is not returned. So if you or a loved one have neuropathy, call Lighthouse Medical. I'm going to give you the number in a moment. Now, when you call, make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show, because then you can take advantage of their no-charge consultation, okay? They can also help you no matter where you are in America. You don't have to be able to, you know, they understand if you have neuropathy, it's hard for you to get around. If you can't make it into the office, that's okay. They'll help you over the phone, okay? You know, this era of telemedicine and everything, give them a call. 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642. And online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. That's lighthousemedicalcenter.com. And rid yourself of neuropathy. All right, we are back live today. It is Monday, and back from California today. We've had great calls. Our number, 1-888-465-2631. I want to get to some of the sound bites. This is great. This is a new poll about Trump's approval rating on CNN, right? This is CNN. Listen. Oh my God. This is one of their anchors over there. Remember what Rush used to call them? Anchorettes? Is this Kate Baldwin? Yeah, she just can't let it sink in that Trump is very popular. No, it's the same person, but he's doing things differently. He's, you know, his first time around, he had a bunch of these Washington insiders who he couldn't trust. Now, he's got these disruptors that are MAGA, and they're not loyal to these Washington insiders, and they're doing what's got to be done, like Pete Hegseth will be doing. As he said, if you pursue that DEI, you'll be fired. Or Marco Rubio, as Secretary of State, cutting off the foreign aid. Anyway, let me get back to this. This is CNN's poll. Correction. Okay, so this news, okay, this is CNN news. I'm assuming, I'm not some language expert, but if you take the S off of news, it's new, right? So isn't the news supposed to give you what's new? So the new thing is that Trump has this huge approval rating of the American people. So what does Kate Baldwin want to do? Well, let's go back in time. Let's do history. You're not called the olds, you're called the news. But she wants to go back in time because what's new and newsworthy doesn't fit her agenda. You gotta, I can't believe this. I'm having a hard time believing this. Well, it's true, lady, all right? Oh my goodness. She's rolling her eyes too. You guys can't see it that are listening. She's rolling her eyes and she's really ticked that they're sharing this news on their air. But you know, so that's amazing. So for the first time in history, Donald Trump's approval rating in his second term is higher than that of his first term. It's never been that way before. He's made history yet again. Now, this Margaret Brennan interviewed Vice President Vance over the weekend, and he just knocked it out of the park. Listen. Oh my goodness. Okay, now Margaret Brennan is as white as it can get. I'm white, and she's whiter than me. Okay, and she has been on this CBS thing for a long time now. Margaret Brennan, she's married to a Muslim guy. I think he's from Syria. She should have to disclose this. She's obviously got some connection to these the Islamic world. She's married to a Syrian American. Okay, and you know what she kind of reminds me of? Any of you guys see Soul Man with C. Thomas Howell? Remember that movie, James Earl Jones? She's kind of like that girl in Soul Man, the white rich girl that only dated non-white guys, right? She dated him, C. Thomas Howell, because she thought he was black, and then when she found out he was white, she started dating a Native American Indian. Remember that? He cleaned her clock, J.D. Vance. Boy, did he not do great? He did great. I got more of that, too. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Pete from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Pete. What's up?
Well, I was watching that thing with Baldwin there a while ago on the YouTube show, and they're so, singularly obsessed with Trump. It's unbelievable. You know, when she said, let's go back in history.
Yeah.
But they completely skipped Biden. And went
Exactly.
back to the first term of Donald Trump and everything. I'm telling you, I'm loving it. I watched almost a half a day yesterday. I watched clips, and I hadn't seen yet of Donald Trump. And man, I tell you what, he has got such a hold of the reins of this country. The leadership is great, and I love it. It's what I wanted, and it's what I wanted everybody to vote for, and we got it. And and Tom Homan's just like direct and to the point, and he's not me, Tom Homan. This is what the president wants. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, and you know, I'll tell you,
that's what everybody should be doing.
You know, Donald Trump is the president we always dreamed of, but didn't think it was possible.
Right, absolutely.
All right, hey, listen, I appreciate the call. Take care.
We went through the Bushes, and we went, you know, and it was like, when are we going to get a good Republican that's got a backbone and stand up and do what he's supposed to do?
That's right. I know, and we got it now, and things are going better than things are happening faster than we even imagined. This is amazing.
It's affected my sleep. I slept almost 6:30 this morning. I never sleep till 6:30. I'm up at 5:30 every morning.
You know this show starts at 6 a.m., right? You know, you missed the first half hour.
Yeah, it's just great. I love it.
All right, take care, man. Good to hear from you from Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, I know. This is the presidency we always dreamed of but never thought was possible. I mean, doing what he's doing. Well, we have 1 hour to go. We are back here live. It is Monday, just back from California late last night, and I've got much more to cover and your calls in the next hour. But the great Mike Lindell, the inventor of the MyPillow, you know, my daughter in California, we got her all MyPillow stuff. You know, I was out there. It was like sleeping at home. We got her the MyPillow mattress topper for her sofa bed, because I sleep on the sofa bed when I'm out there. We got the MyPillows, the MyPillow sheets, and everything else. So when I'm sleeping at my daughter's, it's like sleeping at home because we got her all this MyPillow stuff out there. It is just so great, so great. Even with the weird schedule, with the 3-hour time difference, I slept like a baby. I got my MyPillow mattress topper, my MyPillow sheets, and of course the MyPillows as well, even on the left coast. There's a huge sale going on right now. Mike Lindell's calling it the mega sale, but I'm going to call it the MAGA sale. You know, you can get the MyPillow towels for just $29.98. The MyPillow flannel sheets, which I slept with last night, just $44.98. Yeah, they're usually $99.98. Huge discounts with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. There's many more specials as well, and free shipping on all orders over $75. And remember, when you order from MyPillow with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, you're supporting this program, and we thank you for that. So promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com. 2 hours down, 1 to go. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. Back after this. Man, oh man. Hello? Oh, hey, what's up? Okay. All right. So hopefully everything goes well today. I think we got it figured out, though. No, there's a lot going on. This stuff with Colombia. Okay. All right. I'll put you on hold. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay? All right. Hold on. All right. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, guys. Oh. Things, yep, I got Steve on deck. I'll be going to Steve when we get back. No, we've never had winning like this. Ever, ever, ever have we had winning like this. Texting with Mike, our board out. If you're on hold, hang in there. We are back. The third hour has begun. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 48 years on the radio. Steve Kane joining us. Hey, Steve. Steve, you back with us? He put the phone down. Steve, once, twice. Okay, I'm going to put him back on hold. Oh, my gosh, every time. Let me take a call. We'll try to get Steve worked out. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, this is Kenny.
Yeah.
I'm calling from Isla Morada today.
Hey, Almarada. Lucky you.
Yeah, a little bit of a vacation. You know, earlier Richie was concerned about the money supply getting shut off with the deportations and whatnot, and seemed to be throwing a bit of a fit. But, you know, I forget where I read that Trump just transferred several billion to the Carolinas for their additional aid, and he pulled it from somewhere. I don't recall where, but
yeah,
you know, they'll come up with resources, and what I'm looking forward to is if they really shut off a lot of this foreign aid, which I read
no, they've
like
already done
60.
it. They've already done it. They've shut down almost all foreign aid for 90 days while it's reviewed.
Well, if they come up with a sizable amount, wouldn't it be nice if they transferred that to the veterans, which I think
the veterans? What about to me and you? What about to all of us? Why just the veterans? You know, why don't they just? Well, yeah. Why don't they give the American people a big rebate? All of us. Why just the veterans? I like the veterans and all, but I think there's enough to go around for all of us that pay taxes.
Well, supposedly, you know, the retired are going to be paying less taxes, and a lot of different groups. I mean, the waitresses are keeping their tips, and that's not taxable. So he's going to spread it around, I believe. I don't know exactly how, but it would certainly be nice to have more money.
Well, one of the things he's doing is he's setting up this new revenue agency for the import taxes. And I think what his goal is to abolish the IRS and just have that.
Yeah, put the agents on the border, like he said.
He's doing that. They're federal law enforcement. They have badges and guns.
Oh, he was serious? I thought that was a joke.
No. No.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, he's serious.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know the agents were able to do that. But yeah,
well, the ones not the accountant, but the ones that have guns and badges. Sure.
Yeah, the enforcers.
Yeah. I know, it's great, isn't it?
That's great.
It's hard. It's hard to believe it's even real. Isn't it really hard to believe this is even all happening? It seems so surreal.
It's such a short amount of time too. Just wait to see what else is coming down the pipe.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, hey, listen, I appreciate the call.
Okay, take care.
All right, take care. Great calls today. All right, let me try Steve. Steve, you with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Oh my goodness, so much goodness has happened since we last
It's
spoke.
unbelievable.
The thing is, I mean, I don't even know where to begin because I know. I've heard from a lot of listeners who are like, so much has happened because you guys took 2 days off. There's no such thing as a news cycle where stuff isn't happening. We're going to have nonstop breaking news every 10 seconds for years to come now. So
Exactly right.
and
each day is just when you think you've peaked, it gets better and better each day.
This event with President Trump in Colombia over the last 24 hours has just been amazing. I'm sure you followed it over the weekend.
Yes, well, I've got the headline.
Well, they sent military planes to Colombia, right? For those that don't know, just to give you a catch up. And the Presidente of Colombia, the guy that sends all the cocaine and the weed into the country, and all the illegal criminals, he wouldn't let the planes land. And he said because they were handcuffed. Well, first off, this is like Con Air going on here. They're starting with the criminals, right? The felons, the pedos and stuff, right? The robbers, the rapists, the murderers. So they got to be handcuffed. They're criminals already. They're being sent back to a place against their will that they don't want to go to. You got to cuff them. It's not safe to have planes filled with pedos, rapists, murderers, drug dealers, and gangbangers just sitting around on a plane. I mean, of course you got to cuff. So what the Colombian president thought is that they would come back to the United States, and President Trump didn't do that. He had the planes land.
Good luck.
Yeah, he had the planes land in another. I want to say Honduras comes to mind. He had the planes land in one of the Central American countries, Honduras.
Another cultural center, yeah.
Exactly. And then he took on and long story short, President Trump conquered Colombia faster than the conquistadors during the Spanish era of conquest. I mean, Colombia has fallen and surrendered to President Trump. Don't pay attention to all the...
Now that it's over, I mean, when I say now that it's over, now that we see how the first act is playing out, there are no real surprises here when you think about it. I mean, this is what he said he was going to do. We knew he was going to use the tariffs and all that financial stuff as leverage. He promised it, he said it, he did it.
Yeah.
And that's the Trump way.
And, there's going to be a lot of stuff in the news because the Colombian president has already said a bunch of racist stuff about Trump and the United States in Spanish. Okay? So there's going to be a lot of that, but that's not what's really going on. He's going to try to save face with his people by saying all kinds of things in Spanish. But Colombia has surrendered. They caved to President Trump, and he's going to try to sound butch to his people, but that's just propaganda rhetoric on his part. Don't pay attention to that. It's over.
And they're all getting the message.
Yeah. And then, one story that just I've been sharing this throughout the show because it's amazing. We give $250 billion with a B every year to Canada in foreign aid. $250 billion with a B. On Friday, following President Trump's executive order, Secretary of State Marco Rubio suspended all foreign aid worldwide for 90 days until it's reviewed. Worldwide. There's some exceptions. Israel and Egypt. That's it. And I don't know, we know why Israel, but I don't know why Egypt. I guess they're playing ball with us. I don't know. But it is all suspended for 90 days, and they're going to review it and audit it. This is why, Marco Rubio is the perfect Secretary of State, because the biggest threat we have to our national security is Latin America. And he speaks Spanish. He's a native Spanish speaker, right?
Well, what you're saying is right on the money, but it's more than just Marco Rubio. Now that he has done his thing and we're getting a chance to look at what he's done, he's really done. What he's done is set up a government that is designed to function even after he is gone.
That's right.
Set up a whole team here.
That's right.
This thing can be moved in its totality.
That's right.
It's just amazing.
We've never oops, sorry about that, Steve. Hold on a second. We've never experienced something like this before, and the way President Trump is running the country is like a dream come true. I mean, he is performing better than he probably even thought he would. What's going on here? And this
BMWD, Beyond My Wildest Dreams.
Yeah, BL, what is it? Beyond my
BMW like the car.
Yeah.
And they had a D. BMWD, Beyond My Wildest Dreams.
Okay. Yeah, I like that one. BMW with a D. Yeah, Beyond Wildest Dreams. Yeah. You know, this whole thing that happened yesterday afternoon with the conquest of Colombia by Donald Trump, he did that sitting in his golf cart in Miami. He was playing golf. He did it all on the golf course. This has never happened before, guys. This has never happened.
It look easy.
You know, I just came back from Los Angeles visiting my daughter.
I know, I was worried about you.
Yeah, you know, it can be pretty sketchy out there. I'm here to tell you. But, you know, I of course, as a dad, I only have one child. You know, you've got 7. I know all your kids are precious, but, you know, when you only have one child, you're you know, you take extra good care of them. And you know what my daughter has on her front door?
What?
Doorbell camera. She's got a doorbell camera. We got, in fact,
strange coincidence.
I know, and not only that, first thing I said, "Are you using this?" She says, "Absolutely, Dad, absolutely." And you know, the doorbell camera is great to get for yourself, but you can also give it as a gift. You know, and if you're an adult and you have elderly parents, you can get it for mom and dad. You can get it for grandma or grandpa, or you can get it for your adult children like I do. And it really gives you peace of mind. And, you know, Sloman's, this is amazing what Sloman's is offering. They're offering a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with the installation of your Sloman Shield. Okay? Sloman's is also going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. They're going to give you an LED touchscreen, a motion detector, 10 contacts, a lifetime warranty, and a backup battery. Plus, you'll get a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. Here's the number, 1-800-ALARM-ME, 1-800-ALARM-ME. And that's easy to remember, right? I can even remember that one, 1-800-ALARM-ME. And numerically, that's 1-800-252-7663. 1-800-252-7663 or 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's easy to remember. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Get that doorbell camera, and it makes a great gift as well. All right, Steve, I'm going to put you on hold. If you're on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. We'll be right back. Oh, man. How exciting, guys, huh? How exciting. This is the most excited I've ever been when it comes to politics. There's just never been anything like this, and there never will be again. Now, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, make sure that you like the video. Now, if you'd like to call in, I'm going to go back to the phones when I get Steve back. The number is pinned in the live chat. 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are listening or watching. Okay. 90 seconds and we'll be back live. There's so much more to discuss, too. What are some issues you think we should touch on that I haven't touched on? I've covered so much in 6. What are some issues you think we should touch on that I have not touched on yet? There's so much it's hard to keep straight. The news is developing so fast. Oh. 35 seconds. $25 seconds. We'll be live in 25 seconds. Mayor Bass. Don't forget to watch my California documentary at noon today. We are back on this Monday. I'm Brian. Steve, you back with us?
Yes, I am.
All right. Yeah, this is exciting stuff. Did you see Trump at that local city meeting in Los Angeles on Saturday?
Oh, yes. I was glued to my television. Except for the football, I was glued to Fox the whole time.
Oh, my goodness. Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, could not even call him sir or Mr. President. She's out of her mind.
It was funny. It was funny.
Oh, he took them all to the woodshed.
I'm worried about our anti-Trump people. I think they're in shock. You don't hear a lot of anti-Trump people calling.
Well, maybe because there aren't any left. Maybe they've all been converted.
Well, maybe they have nothing to say.
What are you going to say?
What do you say after you've said I'm sorry?
Yeah, exactly. How could you oppose all this goodness that's going on? When I was in Los Angeles, though, I wore my MAGA hat a lot. Not all the time, but a lot. And I did not have one negative word said to me. I was shocked. I was in LAX yesterday. I was walking through the airport and everything else. Some people stared at me.
Wearing your MAGA hat?
Yeah, people stared at me, but nothing negative. I think what I was thinking is, in Los Angeles, for most of those people, it may have been the first time they saw someone in person wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat. They've seen it on TV and online, but I don't think they've seen it like in person before. You know what I mean?
I think they're demolished. I mean, I don't think that. I think they're gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I know they're lit. What the hell was that?
I have no idea.
Something just in my highly advanced studio, something just collapsed.
Oh, no, I can still hear you.
I guess I'm still on the air.
Yeah, you're on.
But it's beyond exciting, no question of that.
But maybe.
Have you gotten any of our old anti-Trump chronic?
Not today. I'm going to go to the phones now, and we'll see. But maybe they've all been converted.
What happens.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Now, if I lose you, Steve, I will call you back during the break. All right,
okay,
as we do the conferencing. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning, gentlemen. Chris from Pompano.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Hey, Chris.
Great.
How you doing?
It was nice to see you at Wings Plus last week, Chris.
Absolutely, guys.
What a blowout!
I see you guys a little more often, but it was awesome.
I don't know what it is about you. I don't know what it is. It was, I know, like standing room only at Wings Plus. I don't know what it is about you, but every time you come to one of our appearances, there's somebody confronts me in front of.
I know that moron, but you set him straight. I was listening. That was awesome.
This one listener got very nasty in a confrontation with me, and right next to you. And
exactly.
It was kind of weird. It was like an exchange on the radio, except people were taking out their iPhones and taking pictures and videos. It was a little strange.
I know. I was on standby, but you didn't need any help with that guy. I can't believe you tried to play dumb.
Yeah, I know.
But you set him straight. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. So you got to come to these things.
Is this the one with the one gold tooth you told me about?
I don't know if it was a gold tooth, but he had one tooth.
One tooth.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's our listeners.
Yeah,
that's what our listeners.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, but it was good to see you. So what's on your mind?
What a Monday! I'm glad you mentioned a few things because I had a busy weekend and I didn't catch that. But all these countries that we subsidize and help, there's a term that don't bite the hand that feeds you. I mean, places like Canada, this Trudeau guy, and a few other arrogant countries have a nerve to talk about our country, and they can't make it without us. So I'm so glad Trump not only fixes it, he exposes it and gives us the information and let us know exactly what we're doing and what we're not doing.
Well, this thing with Canada, I know out of everything that's going on, it may seem like so trivial to most, but I had no idea we gave 10 cents in foreign aid to Canada. It's a first world country. Out of all the countries in the world, the closest to the United States is Canada, and we give them $250 billion with a B every year, and that's U.S. dollars, not that Canadian money that's not worth that much. And I remember...
I was floored.
Yeah, a shot. And I remember during Obamacare, the media would go and talk to Canadians. Oh, we love socialized healthcare. It's so great. We're paying for their entire socialized healthcare system. That's why it functions. If we're paying for the whole thing, Canada only has 10% of the U.S. population, so it's a small population. If we were not giving them $250 billion a year, their healthcare system would not function. They're welfare
the
kings.
country wouldn't function. That's the key to why we're annexing Canada.
Yeah, we're going to cut them off or take it.
Exactly. I had no idea it was that much, and they're parading around like they're kingpins. I don't understand. And there's companies out of Canada like Emerson. I don't know if they're still relevant, but they do a lot of industry up there as well. But they can be self-supportive, and I'm glad they have no choice but to play ball.
Well, listen, I've always felt an arrogance with Canada that our socialist system is much far superior to yours. If their system is so superior, why do they need $250 billion in foreign aid to make it function from us?
Exactly. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad all this has been exposed.
All right. Well, it was good.
Not just Canada, but abroad, everyone.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for the call. All right. Good to see you at Wings Plus.
Hey, keep up the good work, guys. Thanks. Have a good one.
Absolutely.
Take care, Chris.
That was hold on one second here. Let me take care of that, and then we got you. Okay. I got to tell you, our last Tuesday on Inauguration Day, when we went to Wings Plus, when we went there for Trump's first inauguration, it was a full house. This was beyond a full house. I mean, this was, I was really touched. I was, because I on the way over there, I was telling you, it's cold and it's raining, and you said, don't worry don't worry that, and when I got there and I saw how many people were there, that was amazing. And I know Steve and I thanked you guys last week, but I want to take this opportunity to thank you all again. But Wings Plus is not just pro-Trump, pro-police, and very Republican and not ashamed of it. They're open for business more than times that Steve and I are there. So, so don't just
be there for the Super Bowl, is the next major event coming up.
Yeah, and every day in between and after. So, and the wings are great. I got a 50-wing platter and brought it home, and I ate it for 3 days. The wing. What really amazes me, Steve, with the high cost of inflation, okay, and the food prices going up so much. Wings Plus, their prices are great, and their food quality is outstanding.
Yes.
Did you notice? And those of you that had never eaten at Wings Plus before, and it was your first time, how much chicken is on those bones? I mean,
it's amazing. I mean, they're one of the few. I'm trying to think of any others, and I can't. It's one of the few restaurants that hasn't gone down in the quality of the food that they serve.
Yeah.
Because that you can. There's been a big fall off in the quality of all food in general.
Yep.
At almost every restaurant I can think of, but boy, they haven't lost a thing at Wings Plus.
No,
Still the same delicious, juicy, succulent wings that'll make your mouth water.
And and the wings, not only are they filled with chicken, each one of those wings, it's not, what a lot of places do is they give you a lot of breading to make you think there's chicken in there and there's not that much. That's not at Wings Plus. It's chicken.
That's true.
And it's just, hey, you know, we endorse them. We recommend you go there. You can see why once you have one wing, right? Wings Plus is located in Coral Springs, about a mile west of University Drive on the south side of Sample Road. And they've been with us here on the Steve Kane Show for, I don't know, close to 20 years. So support them all the time. And if you have an event for your family or your work or your business or, you know, your kid's baseball team or something, you can have your events there too at Wings Plus. Check them out for that. All right, we're going to take our bottom of the hour break. I'm going to put you on hold, Steve, and we'll be back right after this. Is the first time Now, guys, don't forget the incredible mega sale. I call it a mega sale going on at MyPillow. The MyPillow towel set's just $29.98. They're regularly $69.98. So it's $40 off the MyPillow towels with our promo code Kane at checkout. So, you know, get a couple sets at that. The flannel sheets, as low as $44.98. I slept on the flannel sheets last night. They are spectacular. And you can take advantage of all the specials at MyPillow.com with our promo code Kane at checkout, plus free shipping on all orders over $75. The mattress toppers. Make sure you check out the closeout section, up to 80% off with our promo code Kane at checkout. Huge deals on the MyPillow mattresses. My wife and I have a MyPillow mattress. We've got the one that is a mix of foam with the springs. Oh man, it's so good. They call it a hybrid mattress, I think is what they call that. Great deals on those. The MyPillow slippers, just $59.98. That's $90 off with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. And again, free shipping on orders over $75 with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. So, and remember, when you use our promo code, you're supporting our program and all of our content, and it's greatly appreciated. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout at mypillow.com. We'll be back live in just over 2 minutes. You are very much welcome to call in. If you want to call in, if you're on hold, stand by. But if you'd like to call in, the number is toll free. It's pinned in the chat. 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are watching or listening, whichever you're doing. We're in a radio break right now, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Exactly 2 minutes. The show has flown by. Steve, we'll be back in 90 seconds. Steve, are you there? Yeah, we'll be back in 90 seconds. Okay, hold on. I'll put you back on hold. I don't want to talk about anything that involves Biden or Kamala. I will tell you that. 1 minute. Actually, less than a minute now. 30 seconds. We are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is with us, and we're living through the golden age of America, Steve. Oh my goodness. This is like better than any time we've had. All right, if you're on hold, hang in there. You back with us, Steve? I just was talking. Oh my. Okay, let me try again. Hold on. Let me try again. All right, Steve, you back with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you want to take some more calls? What do you want to do?
I'd like that. I'd also like to put out a call for anybody that has listened to the legacy media radio, which has collapsed. Rachel Maddow now on 5 times a week. The only problem is nobody's listening.
Oh my
If
gosh.
there's anybody out there that's been eavesdropping on MSNBC, I'm dying to hear the stories. Must be fun to listen to.
I haven't watched that train wreck, but I have been monitoring a little bit of CNN. I was watching CNN on the plane yesterday.
What was it like?
Trump is doing things so fast they can't even keep up. Really, they can't. I mean, they just can't. They're in shock. You know, he's overloading them.
I mean, are they
Depressed.
feisty or are they collapsed?
Depressed.
Depressed.
Depressed. Which means we're winning. It means America's doing well.
I mean, it doesn't mean we're winning. It means we won.
Yes, exactly. And, you know, and what I think the reason they're so depressed is they know that it's not just this, that there's been a new standard set by Trump, and this is going to be the way moving forward to the presidents after him. The American...
They have no hope. They have no hope. That's their problem.
Well, they could get on the Trump train.
Nah, it's difficult. Maybe, meanwhile, the one anti-Trump person who remains consistent is my daughter. She's still not talking to me, Rachel.
Oh, well. She'll eventually. She'll call you eventually. The car will break down. Something. She'll need some money.
She's a tough cookie.
Does she make a lot of money?
She does pretty well.
Oh, okay. Then she doesn't need money from you. Oh, yeah. You may never hear. Oh, well.
I appreciate your glad tidings of good joy.
Well, you know, you got. I keep telling you, you got 6 other kids, Steve. You know. All right. Well, let's go to the phones. Our number 1-888-465-2631. We are back live on this Monday. Trump hasn't even been in the White House a week yet, and everything's happened. All right. If I lose you, Steve, I'll get you during the break. You're on the air.
Absolutely. By the way, I have some.
Yep.
Call me when we get off the air. I've got some miraculous news for you.
Oh, okay, good. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Brian. It's Laura. How are you?
All right, Laura.
Hey, Laura. What's up?
Hi. Listen, very happy for the Colombian situation. That was amazing. But I hope that President Trump thinks twice about this situation in France, because it's really bad. All day, every day, they talk bad about President Trump and Elon Musk. All day. Emmanuel Macron, whatever his name is, the president of France, he doesn't like President Donald Trump.
Well, then why did he treat him with such respect when he came to the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral?
Yeah, but that was hypocrisy. I don't know.
You know, this is the thing. You're in France, right?
Right.
You know,
I mean, I'm American. I'm
You're an American with this accent?
No, because I grew. I mean, I grew up. Okay, listen. I'm not gonna speak about my situation. I'm speaking bad about this.
Okay. Well, no. Well, no. Let me tell you. No. Hold. It doesn't matter what France thinks. France hasn't been a player in the world since like 1803. You know. I mean, you know, we appreciate they helped us during the Revolution, but since 1777 we haven't needed them. And you know, let them trash Trump all day.
Brian, I am sick of it. It's really tiring. It's like they have this obsession in the media, and like the papers, newspaper, television. It's like every second, Trump, bad, Elon Musk, bad. You know, it's really bad. I don't know. It's bad.
That's fine with me.
Put tariff on them.
That's fine with me. Yeah, we don't need their champagne. We've got sparkling wine in California. It's just as good, and it doesn't cost as much.
I hope 100% tariff. It's that they put my life miserable at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope that President Trump does something about that.
Well, you know, the thing is, you know what's happened to France is you've become a Muslim country.
It is a Muslim country.
That's what's happened. That's the problem.
Communist and Muslim.
Yes.
Along with the rest of Europe.
Yes, exactly. All that EU stuff. I mean, you know, that's it. All right. Well, vive la France. All right. Take care. Oh, you gotta. I almost feel bad. I guess she's an American living in France under some strange immigration status that she didn't want to get into. It sounded like. All right. We haven't. I don't think we've heard from a single Democrat liberal today. Never Trumper. It's all been MAGA people.
They're pretty decimated. But our guys will play, Steve. They'll get their courage back.
Why would they be upset? He's taking pedophiles and murderers off the streets. I don't know. Who would be against that?
Pedophiles and murderers.
I guess. All right. Let's go. Back to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Deerfield.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Hi, Steve. How are you today?
Good. What's up,
right now? Well, we're giving $250 billion to Canada in foreign aid every year. Do we have a ballpark figure for the total amount that we give to countries around the world on an annual basis? Are
No.
we talking trillions of dollars?
I don't know. I don't even know if that much money exists. But
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder maybe Elon ought to take a look at this too, because that's a lot of money for Canada. I'm like you, I didn't know we were giving them anything.
You know, the reason this
country.
This is why, okay, the reason we do it is because we didn't do really foreign aid until after World War II in Europe. And my guess, the only thing I can figure is our corrupt federal officials can't steal money if it's spent domestically. That if it's foreign aid, somehow the system allows them to steal money without being caught.
Yes.
Because if they could spend money...
You got to move it offshore.
Yes.
To get your cut.
Well, that's the only thing I can think of, because they don't spend any money here.
No, they sure don't, and that's going to change because Make America Great Again is going to start with this. Now, aren't we giving like money to countries like Afghanistan, where we left like $80 billion worth of military?
Well, not only that. Over the weekend, Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced that there's a whole bunch of American hostages being held by the Taliban. We knew there were some, but a lot more than we previously knew. So I don't know, so Biden is, let America, in the press covered this up, that there's been American hostages over there. They better give them back right quick, or we're going to go back into Afghanistan.
You know, Brian, you should take a bow. Do you remember back when Marco was running for re-election? And I think you brought it to his attention, to his staff, that they were falling behind because the lady that was running against was being well-financed, and he was able to come back in that and get a Senate seat back. And now he's the Secretary of State, and I think he's going to be great. You guys may remember Steve was off that day, but I interviewed Marco Rubio when he was running for re-election last time. They called me and asked me if I would do it. I was in shock. I thought I was being punked. Wow.
I had to call them back at the office in Miami to verify it was them. I didn't believe it.
He was actually behind. If I remember, late in that election, he was actually behind, or it was like very, very, very close.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that Democrat, but she was being funded by the big shots. Yeah,
that lady.
But but he's the perfect Secretary of State because he probably knows a whole bunch of these corrupt third world leaders in Latin America, and he doesn't need a translator. He's a native Spanish speaker, so he can talk to them without a translator and tell them what they better do and what's up.
And he sounds very well educated when he speaks too, which is nice to see too.
Yeah,
he can put sentences together, and he's familiar. He's familiar with all these different groups in that. I'm curious. I bet you were giving $1 trillion away a year in foreign aid.
I guess. I was talking to a caller earlier. President Trump is setting up this new revenue agency to collect the tariff money, right? The import taxes.
Yes.
And I think what his plan is, because he talks about it, is to fund the government with that and dissolve the IRS.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, he's been talking about how prosperous we were when McKinley was the president, and we just had the tariffs basically, and no Internal Revenue Service in that. I think he's going for that too. But Brian, I got to tell you this, and you mentioned the speed of the change. It's hard to believe all this has taken place in 1 week. I mean, the news cycle is basically every minute of every day now.
Oh,
if
yeah.
If you're not watching really close, you miss something.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But,
and the changes keep
coming. You feel very proud that we were, especially you guys, were part of his re-election campaign, and it was a battle. It was a battle that went on for 4 years. And to get this guy back in office, you guys should take a bow because, if we imagine if Kamala was, I don't even want to if the other party was in charge now, we'd be finished. Now the hope and the energy and the excitement in this country is palatable. You can feel it everywhere.
Yeah, I was out in Los Angeles over the weekend. She was in the news, in the local news. She was grocery shopping at a grocery store down the street from where I was at, and with her husband. I know, she looks so pathetic. So she's a unemployed, washed up, never been, not even a has been. She's a never been.
Yeah. And that's what she deserves, basically. I'm sorry to say that.
And she doesn't know it.
No, she doesn't.
No. She thinks she's got a bright future.
As what? As what?
I don't know.
You got to wonder if it's an act or
what's an act?
Really that stupid.
The grocery store thing was an act. She was trying to act like she's like a regular person. She was buying some food. She probably threw that food away as soon as the cameras were gone. Like she's going to go home and cook for her husband.
Sure. She's a real homemaker.
Yeah.
I got to ask a quick question. If Gavin was at the newspaper, when he was at the airport when Trump arrived, was he at the meeting when everybody was there?
No.
The mayor of...
No.
Well, where did he go?
And hiding.
Trump went from the airport to a meeting.
No, he didn't go. Gavin Newsom didn't go. And I don't know if...
Gavin did. That's you said Trump.
I don't know if you guys saw it here, but I was watching a live feed on the local news out there in L.A., and Gavin Newsom was wandering around waiting for Trump forever on the tarmac. Walking around. Did you see that?
I saw a little bit of that. A little bit.
He looked pathetic.
Well, why didn't he show up for the meeting when the mayor of L.A. was there and stuff?
Too close to responsibility.
He wasn't invited.
Yeah, the one with the mayor and they had a congressman there.
They're in collapse. Their party is in collapse, and he's going to be the front runner in 28.
I don't know if he was invited or not, but if I were him, I would have been.
Let me give you because you know me, I love more than anything in the world almost to prognosticate. The next thing that's coming is the movement to 3 terms for Trump.
Yes,
that's right around the corner.
Yeah,
because when people, the acceptance is getting so general. I mean, it's like everybody. I've got a meeting of my Riverdale group, this forlorn bunch of liberal classmates that I went to high school with, and they're all hardcore liberal, and I have a feeling when I meet with them next Saturday night, I'm going to find that they've started to turn too.
Yeah, I like that.
Would that require a constitutional convention to do that?
Not a convention, an amendment.
An amendment, okay, yeah.
Why not make him president for life? I'd be happy with that.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Well, it's going to happen, and it's going to happen fast.
Yeah.
As soon as the dust settles on this, the buttons are going to start, I would say, within the next couple of weeks.
That's right.
We're in happy times now, and this is wonderful to be a part of it. And
Absolutely.
you guys are doing a great job.
All right,
This is great watching the news now.
We got to
You're
run. I
welcome.
appreciate the call. All right, Steve, I'm going to
Okay.
put you on
You're
hold,
welcome.
Steve, and we're gonna take our break for the Gold Report, and we will be back right after this. Hey there, hold on. All right, we are back, and it's time for the first Gold Report of the week. From the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca, we have William Youngerman. William Youngerman, how are the medals starting the week off?
The medals are starting off the week a little bit light after last week's record week. I mean, amazing move in the precious metals last week as we saw gold finally get up right against its all-time highs of $2,787 and trading in a range of $2,752 to $2,786.80 the ounce. That's closing out the day at $27.70.60, which was up $17.80 on Friday. Silver closed out the week at $30.54, up 17 cents. Platinum was up $3 at $9.47, and palladium closed out the week at $9.86, down $12. Today we got a little bit of a buying opportunity as gold pulls back $17.60. Currently at $2,753. Overnight we saw it trade in a range of $2,747 on the low, up to $2,773 on the high. Silver right now down 19 cents at $30.35 the ounce. Platinum up $3 at $950, and palladium down $18 at $950. So gold over 2,700, solidly over 2,700, and pushing up against the all-time record high of 27.87 last week. And that lays the groundwork, I believe, for gold to hit all new record highs within a week or two.
Wow, that's amazing. So, last week you were talking to us about what great buys the American 1 ounce gold coins were. The American Gold Eagle, the American Gold Buffalo. Are those still in the great buy period?
Yes, they are. Still great buying opportunity on those, as well as the Silver Eagles.
Yeah. Oh,
so you can take
really?
advantage of premiums that have come way down and gives you a little hedge against shortages going forward that will see those premiums go way back up.
Now, I may be wrong about this because I'm not the expert, you are, but the American 1 ounce Silver Eagle and the American Gold Eagle are the most sought out, most popular 1 ounce coins in the world, aren't they?
They certainly are in this country, for sure. Yep, and the Silver Eagles are very popular to collectors because they collect them and put together date sets. Since 1986, they've been collecting these by date, and that gives you a wonderful way to assemble a collection that gives you a good silver investment.
Yeah, well, listen, give William Youngerman a call, and those of you that are into American Silver Eagles, you know what William Youngerman's talking about. And the Gold Eagle and the Gold Buffalo. If you're into the American products, this is the time. But all the gold's doing well, right? All the gold's a good buy, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. All right. So give William a call. He opens up at 10 a.m. His number 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. You can stop in at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. And you can find both his address and phone number on his website, WilliamYoungerman.com. WilliamYoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay, have a great day.
All right,
Thanks.
take care. All right, we are back. Steve, gold over 2,700. Oh, my goodness. William's predicting we're going to hit a new high, maybe this week. So
wow.
that's crazy.
How's platinum doing?
You know what? I was so excited about the gold and the silver. I missed the platinum. You can call William after the show. He'll tell you. But everything's doing
Silver's
well.
up too?
Yeah, everything's great. He said a great buy on the American Silver Eagles right now. Great buys on those. Those are great coins. Do you have any Silver Eagles?
I do.
Yeah, those are doing very well. All right.
I'm heavy on silver.
Oh yeah. Our number's 1-888-465-2631. We've had full board of calls since 6 a.m., but this is the first day since the day after the election that we've not heard from any liberals. So I'm just wondering if you've been converted. Is there some kind of rehab that you're in? I don't know. So
I think there's some of that going on.
yeah, it's tough to admit they were wrong their whole life. I get it. Butch up. All right. You want to go back to the phones?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Stephen Barry, good morning. JJ from Mass.
Hey, JJ.
Hey, JJ, what's up?
Well, I'm just living a life, man. Happy as can be.
That's right.
You know, 200.
You must have listened to Rachel. Have you listened to Rachel Maddow?
Oh.
Since the revolution.
I've just watched a few clips here and there of her, Steve. I have concentrated a little bit on the Odyssey deal with George Soros, trying to figure out what the hell's going on there. But I mean, Maddow, to me, those guys. You know, here's the thing, Steve, with this. The Democrat Party. I mean, they've lost in the past, lost and won, but they've always had the deep state media. They've always had that, that little cudgel. They'd always had it. The liars were always in the same bed with them, and now they don't have that. The media, the mainstream media, it's irrelevant because the social media through the internet is taking over. It's sort of like social media is the truth media. I mean, there's a lot of lies.
Have you heard? They do have a talking point, okay? I was waiting for somebody on the left to call in and bring up the latest talking point. And since no one's called... No, I know what it is, because I do watch... I listen to the others. Hey, listen, you got to listen in on the enemy camp, you know? They were spying on Trump Tower. We can spy on them by just turning on MSNBC or CNN. We don't need any FISA warrants. This is their... And this... Margaret Brennan brought this up to JD. The price of eggs. They're trying to act as if Trump's a failure because egg prices haven't dropped. He's been president 5 days. The egg prices haven't dropped yet.
That's pretty sad.
That's what they got.
Sad. I mean, listen, that's all they do have. Like I said, I think it was Thursday or Friday that they have lived off of the lie for so long. That's all they know, and to never give up the lie. Saul Alinsky, just never give up the lie. And I said this. That it doesn't matter that they don't give up the lie. The lie has given them up. It's shown America who they are. People have figured it out.
You know, I was
they're sort of like...
You know, when I was in California, my daughter, she took me to the airport yesterday to drop me off, right? And I like to be walked into the airport, you know, get that last few moments with my daughter. We couldn't find a parking space. All the parking spaces are for electric vehicles. If you've got a regular car, you have to park Steve, you got to park so far away. I mean, like 2 miles away.
Gavin Newcom's Wokushima. I'm glad you made it back.
We go to a grocery store. You know how we have handicap parking here? They have EV parking all up front. You got to park at the back of the grocery store parking lot. It's crazy what they do. But I made a documentary on my trip
today at noon.
Yeah, on my YouTube channel. I made a documentary which will go live at noon on my YouTube channel, guys, on my visit to California. So check it out. And next time I go back, I'll show you the parking at the airport. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Every parking spot, and you know they're for EVs only. They have a sign on it. I told my daughter said, well, Dad, I'll just park here. You know, well, I'm not going to be here for long. I said, could you, I said.
That's the big experiment. California is the big experiment for the Democrats.
And it's burned down.
They don't have another plan. They don't have another plan.
It burned down last week.
If you park in the wrong, physically.
The EV, the electric vehicle.
Yeah. What the ticket?
Oh yeah, I don't know how much it is, but it's probably huge. So I thought, well, why don't we take the Charger and crack down and put it under the hood a little bit. Maybe they'll think the car's plugged in. You know.
You didn't do that, did you?
No, because if she got the ticket, I'd have to pay for it. You know, I couldn't make her pay for it.
And that would be a big ticket.
It would be a huge ticket.
That would probably be $500.
But you know, remember Phil Hendry? He did a comedy radio show. He used to do this comedy bit about that guy that owned that restaurant in Beverly Hills. Anybody remember the name of that guy? And he had a good idea. He had a bumper sticker. He put a sticker on the back of his window that said, this vehicle is an electric vehicle. So maybe if you just get the sticker on the back of the car, you could pass. But
that would work for that. I bet that would work. They got a lot of DEI hires out there trying to write tickets. Once they see that, they probably just move along, you know?
Well, you don't have to, just because you're in the EV spot doesn't mean your vehicle has to be charging. So if you got the sticker in the back window and you're not charging it, that's, you know. I just don't know how, this is what a big thing though is. They're not just EVs. Almost every car on the road is a Tesla. And I wonder how they're dealing with that now that Elon Musk, whose Tesla, is MAGA. I wonder if there's a conflict. Do they want to give up their EVs now?
They're in a place, the Democrats are now in a place where they are eating themselves alive from within.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's right.
There's self-destruction. Everybody is just, I mean, it's I don't want to say it's glorious, but it's pretty damn close to that to watch. Because everybody is people are starting to see it. I mean, that's why Trump got elected, because of all the corruption. And the more they whine, and Trump is going to there's going to be so much news every single day. They're not going to be able to zero in and focus on one thing and get all their talking points.
He sure made a lot of friends.
Anyway.
He sure made a lot of friends in his visit to California.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was glorious. Oh, my God.
Did you see the firefighters?
Oh, yes. It was glorious. The helmet, the 47. I mean, when he stopped in North Carolina on his way, listen, he's like a UFC fighter in his prime. He's just taking people out left and right.
And how's he got that energy? He's in North Carolina in the morning. He's in California. You know, when he was out there, I didn't know he has a house in Beverly Hills, President Trump.
I don't think Biden, I'm not going to can't mention that name.
No, please.
Trump is the champ. That's basically
Listen, we're out of time for today, but I appreciate the call. Great call. All right, well, that's all the time we have for today, Steve. But if you're on hold, stand by. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. And if you're on hold now, you'll be first in line on tomorrow's show. Maybe we'll hear from a liberal tomorrow, Steve.
That would be nice.
Oh, my goodness. Well, listen, it's the Steve Kane Show. Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 48 years on the radio. My name is Brian Craig. Steve Kane, of course, is here. Thanks, everyone. We've had great calls today. The show has flown by. It's good to be back in a red state, I'll tell you. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, all right? And if you're already